wild. I'm bang when I'm nigga up. I'm off the chain when I'm in a rut. The Hennessy, I drain when I'm in the club. I like the freak, not the shame, the short slut. I like the freak that can hang, can bang it up. I bang when I'm in your town. I'm nigga up, motherfucker, better put it down. I'm Mac Love representing that wild. Home with a click, pow. Bang when I'm nigga up. Sipping Alizé all day. Getting brain in the hallway. Getting ball play. Presidential, what we all say. I give a damn what y'all say. Give me the girl with the thick bone. Riding no Cadillac with a thick chrome. Y'all play, hate niggas better get gone. Mac Love be bringing this shit strong. I make a blind motherfucker wanna try and look. What you say about your royalties in my book? Paul for jobs from 9 to 5. I run a blunt from getting high. I get air is cold, the air is slow. Take a hoe to the mo, hit the air is slow. Where the area go, where the air is supposed. Why let you don't know your air is cold. We get off the chain, niggas go, we off the thing. Got the wife in the Chevy giving off the brain. Got the ball backstage giving off the same. Mac Love, Mac Money giving off the game. With the chicks with the no bra. With nicknames like Throat and Blowjob. I'm nigga up, big baby, cause I'm so raw. Back up, motherfucker, I don't know y'all. Because I bang when I'm nigga up.
Y'all niggas just to learn something, you know. So sit back, listen, and learn, If my friend suck a dick, then she suckin' it too. The same bitch came in and stopped fucking my crew, nigga. Stop crying, I'm fucking with you. No, nigga, I'm lying, I'm fucking your boo. Lawless, he be trying and he fucking the two. Y'all niggas better get gone. Hit strong if you really love the bitch. Shut the fuck up, for the bitch won't get home. Head wrong like they told you it's big. I'm a new sound, profound, unfound, no down. Told you it's kid, stop that little nigga. What the fuck I say? I quit school cause of recess. I don't play, I didn't graduate, but I graduate. Now you owe me cash and your ass is late. About to go fishing and your ass is bait. Please tell your friends, don't pass the hate. I got a stash of cash that's plenty of dough. I got a need for weed that's plenty of dough. Got bitches like dishes and kitchens. Guess what? That's plenty of hoes. When will we stop, nigga? Nobody knows. Nigga, my wrist froze, my ear glows, my neck snows. We rock shows, we pop posts, we got those.
Warning, the contents of this product are highly flammable. Do not store or use near open flame. Keep out of reach of children. Proceed with extreme caution.
Alizé, Belvier, Cavassier. It don't matter what you smoke, no chronic or hate. Please, don't start with the beef. Roll up, I give a fuck about you calling away. Sold up, hold up, not this nigga, bro. G.E. Don't forget the O. Gangsta, get respect like Bell Biv DeVoe. Ain't you mad at me cause I can steal your hoe? Bring it on, whip it, snap a fuck around and I'ma snap it. Let them hoppers come get at you. Don't you hate me cause I'm down for her? Y'all better get me on the leash. Yes, sir. Y'all better come contain this beast. Let me speak my piece. Don't let me aim my piece. If my piece get aimed, there gon' be pieces of brain. Y'all niggas still releasing the same. I'm increasing my name and increasing my game.
Baby, can we kick it? Can we kick it? Are you with it? Are you with it? Ooh, my niggas, can you dig it?
late show, y'all. Make sure y'all click that like button, click that share button, and click that subscribe button. We gotta get to 10,000 subs, baby.
Are you with it? My niggas, can you dig it? And all your haters want some. Get it, come.
We gangsters and we don't play. We got plenty money, but we don't pay. If your bitch peeping, then she gon' play. If she need a ride home, then you gon' stay. So don't bring no drama, don't bring your wife. Or you gon' leave your marriage or leave your life. I don't hesitate when it comes to fun, and I don't hesitate when it comes to guns. I got weed so sticky that they call it glue. Your girl's with me, so she ain't calling you. Rolling hard in my Cadillac, laid back, smoked out with my windows tinted all black, with a black gat on the side of my waist, sipping cranberry cause I love the taste. Got women in my face, half dressed in lace, serving Durban without leaving a trace. Gangsta.
Are you with it? My niggas, can you dig it? Okay. And all your haters want some.
Yo, y'all looking for me? Well, here I is. It's the late show, baby. It is the late show. And here we about to go. Well, all right. That right there that you're listening to, the two songs on tonight was from the Wild Wild Thugs, the Nicks, Dimes and Dub album. That was first up was Bang When We Lick It Up. The other song that you're listening to now is called Can I Keep It? Yes, indeed. Brought to you by the Wild Wild Thugs out of the Wild Wild Honey, south side of Chicago. 12-2. Slow down in this bitch. What? All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's do what we came to do. It's late, and I'm telling y'all, I just really wanted to do a show. I've been wanting to do a show for 3 days now, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go late. I know it's damn near 2 o'clock, and we're just getting started, but hey, I had to do this. This was on my spirit. But I want to tell you this. Shout out to my man, Truth Talker Teacher, who sent me this. And that's one of the reasons why we're here on tonight. So shout out to you, brother, wherever you at. I hope everybody out there is driving safe or at home safe and living your life like it's golden, getting your good old-fashioned Jill Scott on. All right, let's do this. First and foremost, my favorite part of the show, my good thing, my side chick, my wifetress. Talk to us, baby.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Yeah, boy. Now you see this motherfucker right here. I didn't even set that up to do that, but that's funny as shit. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who this motherfucker is, this is Grandmaster J. Now, he has at some point in his career dubbed himself as a DJ, which we've proven on previous live shows that is not the case. This nigga ain't no DJ. This nigga may have been around some DJs. He might have seen a DJ. Might even be able to spell the word DJ, but this nigga ain't no DJ. This is the nigga that was DJing, mixing on turntables made of air. That's dude. This nigga's an air DJ. That's what he is. Like, you got Airbnb, you got airplanes, you got air conditioners. This nigga's an air DJ. He DJs the air. So whatever songs are out in the atmosphere, he puts them on air turntables and he mixes shit. So I've never heard it before, but whatever. Oh man, but be that as it may, his current position is he is the leader of the Just Fucking Around. I'm sorry, not the Just Fucking Around crew, but the Not Fucking Around Coalition. I call it the JFAC, which is the Just Fucking Around crew, because that's what they be doing. Just fucking around, in my opinion. But he has a following of niggas that's then got guns together. They really go from city to city, and they have these formations that they call themselves. And pretty much what they do is they get on a bullhorn, and if you're lucky, somebody might shoot somebody. They shoot each other. That's pretty much what they do. They get together, they talk about people, protest, and then they march in silence, take a knee every now and again, and then they shoot each other at some point. That's pretty much what happens. But he hasn't made this nigga and Jesse Lee Peterson had an interview. And a lot of the stuff that was actually in this interview, some good and bad. Because when I first saw it, I said, this gonna probably turn out to be some real fuck shit. But it was a few points actually made, but nevertheless, there was a lot of fuck shit too. So that's what I wanted to break down and talk about on today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's do this.
Around Coalition. He also ran for president in 2016. Jay, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Jesse, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. For those who don't,
and I'm telling you right now, Jesse Lee Peterson should be an inspiration to anybody that may have some type of speech impediment, anybody that thinks that they can create content but don't sound good. Take a look at this motherfucker's videos, and if you actually have some good content, don't care about how the fuck you sound, because this motherfucker here is one of the most, as we say back in the day, this is one of the most mush mouth motherfuckers that I've ever met. And the fact that this nigga has a fairly large YouTube channel, hey man, I ain't got nothing but the most respect for the nigga. I don't know how he's done it, but he's done it. People don't say this shit, don't bring this shit up, but this nigga is what we call back in the day a mush mouth. Fuck all that bullshit. This nigga, I don't care what the motherfuckers say. The nigga's a mush mouth. He just is. There is never a moment I've heard him say anything past 5 words and something don't come out slurred or something don't come out motherfucking mushed together. It's like his fucking tongue. It's like his vocal cords every now and again just do this to a word. They just do that. That's what it is. Mush that. Mash that one. Twist this one. Stretch that one. And that's what it is. I'm sorry. I'm just telling the truth. As my mama would say, I ain't cracking. I'm just facking. Yeah, that's what it is.
No, exactly. What is the NFAC?
And I don't understand, why does this nigga always look so fucking mad, and why he ain't nobody. And look, let me tell you something. If you gonna be a leader or a grandmaster, a general, captain, whatever the fuck it is, I don't understand why this nigga always looks angry. I guess he's trying to be serious or whatever, but this nigga always looks angry. And then this nigga always got on these motherfucking almost made it in the Matrix glasses, because these ain't even Morpheus specials. These, I actually read lines for the Matrix, but never got to audition. But I was reading the lines for the Matrix, and I knew that they wore glasses, so these are the glasses I went and bought to wear as I was rehearsing, but I never got in to do an actual reading for the Matrix for Morpheus. But that's what this nigga acts like. And why is this nigga's, most importantly, why is this nigga's shirt sparkling? Why the fuck is he wearing a glittery, shimmery shirt? I don't know. I don't understand why. Why is it that niggas always be the first ones to put on some type of costume? There's no reason for you to have to do this. Like, nigga, just wear a shirt. Get a fucking shirt. That's it. You want a black button up? You can go to Kohl's and get one for $22. If you don't know what to wear, you can't go wrong with a button up. Just get a nice, it ain't even gotta have no fancy design or nothing. This nigga had to go find a shirt like this. I want a shirt that has glitter woven into the fabric. Why are we doing this? Like you a general, man. You're leading a nation of people, and you're wearing a glittery shirt. You're shimmering and shining. Ain't that my daughter like them, shimmer and shine? I don't know if this nigga is shimmer or shine, but either way, the nigga is wearing a glittery shirt. Why? Why would you do this on this type of platform? I don't know. And all about what have I been online? Well, I've been a YouTuber. I'm a small YouTuber. I've been a small YouTuber for about 3 years now. Coming up on 4 years, I guess. I think somewhere around there, 3 or 4 years. I've never had the desire to wear anything glittery. Now I don't know if maybe that's why I don't have my 10,000 subs or not, but I've never had the urge to wear some type of enchanted shirt. That's what this nigga got on. This nigga's shirt is enchanted. That nigga got a shirt made of me-through. I hope somebody catches that. This nigga has on a shirt made out of me-through. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what me-through is. If somebody does, please put it in the comment section so you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about. But how did he, first of all, come across a shirt made of me-through? And why would he feel the need to wear it now? Because you only wear me-through in a war type of setting. So, I don't know, but this nigga's shirt is made of fucking magic dragon scales. Let's go.
NFAC is currently the largest all-black militia internationally in existence today. It was founded about 3 years ago here in the United States. That coalition has now grown to encompass other organizations globally.
And what is his purpose?
To shoot each other. That's what their motherfucking purpose is. Their purpose, they're the largest black militia. They're the largest black militia internationally, and they've had the most accidental discharge / shootings of each other, friendly fire, than any other militia in militia here. Yes, Platform 83. Thank you, sir. These motherfuckers hold the record of most militia on militia shooting. You got black on black crime. You got militia on militia shootings. That's what these niggas' specialty is. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. These niggas can't get together no more than 2 times without somebody shooting each other. That's all it is. That's what they do.
The purpose of the NFAC is the protection of the black community, the self-policing eventually of the black community, and the providing of the knowledge that.
And here's my thing about that. So you heard what he just said? The purpose is for them to be doing the policing of the black community. However, I've yet to see these niggas in the hood. Can somebody, anybody, everybody, please, that have seen these niggas in the hood in formation, please send me the footage. Please send me the video of these niggas being in an inner city, all right, after sundown, and they're policing the neighborhood. If this is what they do. If there is some footage of these niggas being in the inner city neighborhood after sundown, policing the neighborhood, please somebody show me that. Please. Because I ain't heard of these niggas hitting no hoods where they'll go downtown, they'll go down in Kentucky to Breonna Taylor Square, whatever the fuck they call that shit down there. They'll go there, they'll go to Stone Mountain, where the Ku Klux Klan originated 175 years ago. They'll go there. But these niggas don't hit no neighborhoods dressed like this at 10 o'clock at night. I ain't seen that live footage yet. So I'm just saying, that's what they say they do. but I ain't seen them do it. Now, if somebody has, please let me know. I would like to give them their credit. I would like to afford them their credit that they have earned if they've done that. And then I would like to know if they've shot each other doing one of these late nights inner city policings.
It's needed within the Black community with regards to the responsibility of gun ownership, gun rights, and also the ability to defend oneself when they're repeatedly attacked unjustly. That is the mission of the NFAC.
You ran for president back in 2016. Will you run again? Will you try it again?
He said these are poor boys for Biden. This is Biden's militia. They call it the Black Boys. This is Biden's militia that he want to stand down and to stand by if some fuck shit happen during after the election. If there's some bullshit in the game, Biden is gonna call in the NFAC and try to see what they gonna do to get this shit right. And there'll probably be several NFAC on NFAC shootings that'll occur if this happens.
As a matter of fact, I did run in 2016. The platform that I ran on would be more applicable today than it was back then. I did announce that after my last run and learning the process itself, even running as an independent, though
I don't know what the process is for running for president, but I'm quite sure that it's not very difficult. I believe anybody can run for president, and all you got to do is just fill out some papers. I don't know. Do you got to have like 10,000 subscribers? I mean, not subscribers, 10,000 signatures or some shit like that, or do you just show up? I think that's what you just got to do, the paperwork and file, and that's it. I didn't see that nigga name on the ballot. I don't remember that, but I'm just saying. I don't know if he made it to the ballot or not when I voted back in 2016, but it is what it is. I guess he ran for president. Whoopity-doo.
I started off as a Democrat, that in order to be successful in this country with a presidential bid from an independent perspective, you'd have to start out a lot more than 2 years to get yourself onto the ballots. I made an announcement at the beginning of this presidential cycle that I felt that given the current climate of the country,
that's the shirt from Michael Jackson.
Probably be the most likely candidate that everyone would support, so that I would not run.
Girl, when you dance,
said that the 4 years that lay ahead of us that are now behind us have shifted the paradigm that it's not even about sex anymore as who sits in the White House. It's about who can return us back to a stable racial environment that we had before. So I would not.
He said a stable racial environment that we had before. And this is one of my things about this. It's like, I'm so tired of people just speaking and saying shit and not like actually making true statements. That's it. And I just say, go back to my old line that I always say, niggas love to lie. They love it. They love to just lie about some shit. What kind of racial state? Just listen to what this nigga said.
That the 4 years that lay ahead of us that are now behind us have shifted the paradigm that it's not even about sex anymore as who sits in the White House. It's about who can return us back to a stable racial environment that we had before. So
we was at a stable racial status before when Mike Brown got killed. We were stable when Trayvon Martin got killed. We were stable when Tamir Rice got killed. We were stable back then, huh? We were stable then, right? Now all these niggas will get up and march and shout all these niggas' names that then got shot doing fuck shit, but we was stable when that shit happened. Philando Castile, we was stable then. When Obama was in office and all this fuck shit was happening, when 3,200 niggas got killed in Chicago, which it got deemed as Chirac, under Obama's administration, we were stable then, though. Right. You see what I mean? You just saying some shit. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not trying to fuck with this dude, but I believe that when you have a group of niggas that's coming together and they're saying shit like this, and not to mention just the pure lack of firearm safety that they consistently display, that is my problem with this dude and his movement and his crew. That is my problem, because just as quick as you can get a bunch of niggas to go live and get together and go to this city and go to that city, and all y'all niggas can get together and y'all niggas can march on the streets and talk shit and get your megaphones going, y'all niggas should be getting together 2 hours before y'all do all that fuck shit and actually show yourselves learning and being taught firearm safety. Not just, bet not a nigga touch a motherfucking trigger. That's what y'all niggas is doing, which is stupid. And there's plenty of footage of them niggas doing that. One of these niggas will get on the mic or get on the megaphone right before they start marching. Don't nobody point a motherfucking rifle at nobody. Don't nobody shoot nobody. Man, that ain't what the fuck you need to be teaching. You need to be teaching people the basic firearm safety rules. And I'm sure there are plenty of people that would love to come down there and do that for free. I'm talking 20 to 30 minutes of just saying, hey, let's go over the firearm safety rules real quick, everybody. That's the type of shit you should be doing, as opposed to just getting together to try to talk shit, essentially, and say shit like, you worried about, we want Texas, we'll take over Texas, we'll do this, y'all gonna give us that, ain't nobody gonna do shit, we done heard about a threat, somebody just making up shit. Get together and actually do something like that. Actually show y'all motherfuckers going to the range and actually practicing firearm safety. Teaching some shit about shooting. Teaching some shit about just something else besides just walking down the street talking shit. Because that's essentially what you're doing. And the fact that you got an AI in your hand, or a bullshit ass AI at that, the fact that you got that, it don't make it no different.
I would not consider running in 2020. It's too late for that.
Right.
A lot of the deadlines have passed. But 2024 is not something that's not off the table.
So you will consider the possibility of running in 2020?
And I don't care what nobody said. Jesse Lee Peterson ain't shit for this, because he's actually entertaining this shit, knowing this nigga ain't got a snowball chance in hell of even getting motherfucking 10,000 votes, let alone.
Before?
If we cannot recognize the full fruition of the plans that we've laid out under the master plan for the NFAC, which would remove me from this country altogether, and the establishment of an equal state for those of us that would like to have our own destiny and our own place. If that doesn't come into fruition, and I'm still a U.S. citizen and I meet all of the qualifications, I would most certainly cast my hat into the ring for the role.
See, that's some of that more shit probably, but we gonna be our own government, our own country in another country. We gonna be inside this country as our own country. That's some of that bullshit.
Presidency of the United States.
Amazing. And so, are you a Christian?
I don't get into discussions about my religious beliefs. That's one of the things that we're guaranteed under the Constitution. I don't feel the need to discuss that in this environment.
Well, I noticed that you guys.
CJ Gunn said, do they own Texas yet? I'll let you know when they got Texas. They'll own Texas when Texas get fucked up. That's when you'll know that they got Texas. Once this shit off, when we realize, hey, Texas is real fucked up, that's when we look and say, oh, maybe these niggas came and got it. But let me tell you this. Them niggas ain't gonna get Texas. They ain't got enough guns. They ain't got enough niggas. It ain't happening. So I don't know why they came with that grand idea. Who thought of that shit? But motherfucker, you be better off trying to get Gary, Indiana. Supposed to get Texas. You can try to get Jackson, Mississippi, or some shit like that. Greenville, Mississippi. Some shit that don't nobody really motherfucking want. That's where you better start at. You ain't getting no Texas. Motherfucker, you gonna just get Texas. Who the fuck we just gonna get Texas. Right. You can probably get Flint. Some niggas running Flint too. So you can probably get Flint. Maybe Detroit, because Detroit is about to be bankrupt, like it is bankrupt probably. You could probably get Detroit, or like I said, Gary, Indiana. You could probably get that. There's a little shithole suburb in Illinois called Harvey, Illinois. You could probably get Harvey, or Phoenix, Illinois. You could probably get that. But your ass ain't getting no motherfucking state, first and foremost. And it damn sure ain't gonna be Texas. Texas is damn near the crown jewel of the fucking South. Y'all gonna just take that? The fuck? Man, these niggas is crazy, man. Right, get them niggas Whoville. Thank you, Sheila. Say Whoville. That's where y'all better go, nigga.
Marched on in Stonewall Mountain, Georgia, something like that. And it was a whole bunch of guys dressed in blacks with guns and things like that. What I don't understand about your organization, NFAC, and people like you guys, I don't know what you want. America is a big country. You can do what you want in this country. You can build, you can have families, you can live where you want. When I was growing up, that's the way it was. And I grew up in Alabama on a plantation. And black people were more successful then with marriage and family and land ownership and businesses than they are today. What do you want exactly from the white people?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad.
And that was an outstanding question. So let's see what he says.
As you phrased it the way you did, because I too grew up in the old days. Don't let the smooth looks fool you.
Nigga, you ain't smooth. You look like somebody old ass uncle who just got out of jail. And the only thing they have is their wardrobe from the late 80s, nigga. He talking about smooth looks.
It is the fact that you and I both have sat back and witnessed a deterioration, not only of the morals and the precepts of that which we used to live under, but also a steady return and a sliding backwards to the days reminiscent of Jim Crow and those particular practices, not from all people who are not of color, but from a select group that have become more prominent in the last 4 years, thus creating the rise of the NFAC. It's not what we want from white people. We don't want anything from white people. What we want to do is to determine our own destiny. What we want to do is to not exist under a system that treats us as second-class citizens through systemic racism and practices that have been ingrained in this country for the last 240 some odd years. What we desire are reparations for the 246 years of free labor that our descendants gave to this country, which made it wealthy, and that a lot of those companies still exist today. What we desire is restitution. What we would like to see is a reform of the policing within this country, a reform of the judicial system, and of course, the treatment of all folks equally under the law. These are the things.
Do you hear that? He just literally asked him, and this is what kills me. And I'm gonna tell you the one thing about this. This is exactly what most Democrat liberal motherfuckers say when you ask them, like, what do you really want? And I even said that when I did my racism video. It's like when you're asking somebody when somebody asks you what you want, you don't need to just go with a ballpark generalization of, oh, we want to reform policing. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Reforming policemen. We want restitution for the 246 years of free labor that what does that mean? What do you mean? What do you want? It's like we have, and the problem that I have with that is niggas have been talking about restitution for the last 60 years. We want reparations. We want restitution and reparations for slavery. What does that look like? And nobody has yet to paint an actual picture and not to say you got to have 45 things on a list, but to just say, hey, we want this, 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 and this. Just to start with a few, we would, like I said about like my thing about reparations or whatever the case may be. It's like you need to just have some things that are actually laid out that people can actually say, yes, that can be done. Yes, the government can do that. That's what, like I said, hey, everybody that you can say, everybody, first of all, would have to be able to establish themselves, establish their family tree to show, hey, I got this type of lineage in this country that proves that I'm a descendant of slavery. First and foremost, get you an ID card, get you a national registry, whatever the fuck you want to do, that's what you do. And those people that are those direct descendants, you give those households so many thousands of dollars or whatever. Give those people some type of land, some type of center somewhere, just like how they did. Give niggas some casinos. Yes, we gonna have a few shootouts and some barbecues and some fights and shit like that. But after a while, when the money get good, we'll be generating enough funds to put that shit back into the economy. Do something. It's like, just tell me something, as opposed to just saying police reform. What does that mean? I don't understand why we always have to use these same vague, generalized talking points and make it seem like that's really something to go after. That's why we're here. It makes no sense, man. You being a general of the just fucking around crew, get your shit together to where you actually have something. And not to say you may need to run all that shit off, but say, hey, you can go to my website and see what it is we're asking for. You can see my plan clearly laid out as to what we want. If you want Texas, put it in there and put it on the website, even though motherfuckers gonna laugh about it, but put it there and let's see what it is. Right, at least he didn't say defund the police. And the thing is, he probably would say some shit like that. We could be our own police. And you got a bunch of niggas getting together shooting each other. Man, please. Like, these niggas gonna answer the call at 3 a.m. when somebody whooping somebody's ass, they gonna show the fuck up? I think not. It's like and that's my thing. It's so easy to say things like defund police. We can police our own communities. It's so easy to say those things. We don't need the police, but the actual implementation of what it's going to take to actually do something like that, there's not even a smidgen of infrastructure to do that. It ain't enough niggas. It ain't enough guns. It ain't enough well-trained niggas to even do something like that. But it sounds good to say. It's the thing to say, though. It's a hot phrase right now. Just like how everybody used to say, me too. Now you don't even hear that shit too much nowadays, do you? Well, ever since Joe Biden got me too, just like they just stopped saying the shit. Free R. Kelly.
That we've seen that have begun to deteriorate in this country, in spite of all the great opportunity that you speak of, in spite of all the wealth that this country has.
Rooster said, and we want all the shirts from Prince's closet.
Around the world.
Now these niggas, they want all the shirts from Prince's closet, Shalimar's closet, Rick James' closet, Lionel Richie's closet. This nigga want everybody's shirts.
It is still subjecting a certain population within its borders to what we would call human rights violations. So it's not what we want from them. We don't want anything. What we want is the right to determine our own destiny and the ability to defend ourselves. If you study the history of militias within this country, and I don't know why it's such an issue that Black people formed the militia when there have been white militias around for years, and the purpose that they serve under the Constitution in the event that they have to be called up by the president to augment military function within a state or for the nation.
And here's my thing. Since they have been around and going to all these places, they have not had one issue with police or military. So ain't nobody, and that's the thing. It's like every niggas is saying that they want, all of the people that say we want this, we want to have this, we want to have this treat equally fair under the law. All you need to do is establish yourself in a particular area. Niggas, and let's hear, and I'm really gonna talk for real here. Niggas, listen up. If you want your own shit, all you need to do is get a bunch of niggas together and decide where we gonna move to. That's all. That's all you gotta do. You want to have your own thing. You want to have your all black stores, your all black commerce, your all black Wall Street all over again. You want to do all of that shit again. Your own black mayor, your own black judges, your own black chief of police, your own black fire department, your own black. All you need to do is decide where the fuck are we going to move. Because when you look at places like Detroit, Flint, Michigan, those are all nigga ran cities. Them niggas been running Detroit for how long? So if that's the case, if that's the key to this, why not have all the niggas move to Detroit? Just, I shit you not. All niggas move to Detroit. We gonna turn that into the black metropolis. Just move to Detroit if that's what you want to do. Move to Flint. Fix the fucking water or whatever the case may be. Y'all do realize Flint and Detroit are a couple of hours apart, and that Flint water shit, that was all a bunch of niggas fucking that shit up. For years. That wasn't it just happened, the past 2 years. It would have started back in 2004 and it came about. No. That shit had been going on for decades. Buy all your shit and take all your shit, buy up all the land in Detroit. Buy up all the land in Flint. Now you actually have your own city. If that's not what else do you want? Right. Baltimore's another one. It's all niggas. Is it matter of fact, what's the name of the there is a suburb in Baltimore. I forgot, I think it's called it's not Port-au-Prince or Prince George or Georgetown. It's not Georgetown. That's in fucking DC area. I think it's called Port George or some shit like that, or Port George Prince or some shit. There's a suburb in fucking Baltimore that got like the most richest niggas in the country living in this area. The richest, it is the highest concentration of Prince George County. Thank you. It's the highest concentration of rich niggas in the country. Why not keep doing that? Why not keep doing that? Then that way you got not only niggas with money, but now you can control your schools, you can control your government, you can control your judges, you can control all that shit, your sheriff, everybody could be niggas. If that's truly what you want. But you know what? That's not what it is. It's easier to do what you do now, which is bitch and moan and blame other motherfuckers for your problems. Now, do other motherfuckers have impact on the shit that occurs in motherfuckers' communities? Yes. But if you were all in the same area, y'all would be in control of that. That's exactly what would happen. When you take a city like Detroit, why are the schools so fucked up in Detroit? Why is the property so fucked up in Detroit? You know why? Because niggas is getting in these positions and they turn out to be worse than the white folks. These niggas get in position and they want to take more from niggas than the white folks is taking from niggas. Because when what was the young black mayor dude in Michigan, Kwame, not Kwame, was it Kwame or Kwame? Whatever the fuck his name was. But that nigga got there, and I'm pretty sure that no, he didn't start the corruption, but that nigga sure didn't stop it. Should the nigga be locked up? Nope, that nigga should be out. But nigga, you are in a position where you're the mayor of that fucking city where you can turn all that shit around. You could essentially drain the swamp. You could have totally rebranded that entire city. You could have tore it all down and rebuilt it. You could have relationship rehab Detroit. What did you do though? You took right on in, you kept right on stepping what the fuck was going on, and you played around with the fuckery and kept getting money. You and your crew. Kwame Kilpatrick, thank you. You just kept on going with the status quo. Oh man, all this fuck shit was going on? Motherfuckers getting how much money? Shit, I ain't gonna fuck that shit up. I can be getting that money. Oh no, nigga, we gonna get this money. That's what it came down to. You sitting there in the city with the big three. You got Chrysler, GM, motherfucking Ford, and the goddamn Lions, and the goddamn Tigers, and the goddamn Redwood. You got all of these motherfuckers right in your city. Plenty of opportunities for revenue. Plenty of opportunities to turn shit around, change shit. But what did you do? You kept getting the bread because the bread was there to be got. Yes, and the Pistons. They're not like one of the top markets. I mean, they're not the best market, but one of the top markets. It's plenty of motherfuckers that want to go and see them Lions lose every fucking Sunday. My cousin is one of them. Shout out to my cousin Wes. He loves to watch them motherfuckers lose Sunday after Sunday. Never won a Super Bowl, but he likes to go see them. That's loyalty. That's undying loyalty. But I'm just saying, and I'm not hating on Kwame. The nigga should be out of jail. I hope Trump motherfucking let this nigga out of jail. Real talk, I do. Cause that nigga ain't did nothing that ain't no other fucking politician that did. They need to let that nigga out of jail. Free Kwame Kilpatrick. Real talk. If he ain't already out. But the point I'm making is we talk about us having our own, having this, getting our shit together. If you want to do it for real, y'all, all you got to do is just go and get your own area. Move into your own city. And yes, it's going to be fucked up in the beginning, but you are then in control of who you vote into office. You are now a bunch of niggas moved. Them niggas that's living in Prince George County, they are in control of who they got for mayor. They're in control of who they got for county commissioners. They're in control of who they got for sheriffs. They're in control of all of that. What you do as far as funds being allocated for your schools, funds being allocated for your roads, funds being allocated for construction, all that shit, you are in control of those things. And if you're all black and it's all for the power to the people, if it's all for us, then you would be doing the right things. But that ain't what happens. It ain't what happens. That ain't what niggas do. When they get in position, they try to be top dog and they will do it at the expense of their own kind. Right now in Chicago, you got a black mayor. What is she doing? Fucking over every motherfucking nigga she can to keep loyalty and to keep beholden to the motherfuckers who put her in office, which were the gays and which was the motherfucking rich white folks up on the Gold Coast. That bitch let that city burn and didn't have the police do shit. Literally told them police officers to stand down while these niggas tore the city up. And the only time she changed her tune was when them niggas started going to the Gold Coast, fucking shit up, shooting niggas, robbing niggas, killing niggas. That's when they said, okay, now, Lori, get these niggas under control. That's exactly what happened. Black mayor could turn the city around, right? I'm bringing about change. Black police chief of police, black. Whatchamacallit, Johnson was black. The dude that's there now from Dallas, he black. So you talking about ain't no niggas getting no chances, niggas ain't getting this, niggas ain't getting that, but you got these niggas in place and ain't shit changing anyway. So now what? District attorney in Illinois, black. Kim Fox ain't doing shit, but let niggas get out of jail to fuck most shit up. Niggas are going to jail in Chicago, getting put on house arrest, getting out on house arrest, and committing a crime before their case is even finished in house arrest. They lock back up for fucking shit up still. What kind of crazy shit is that? I get caught with a gun or get caught with some drugs, go to court, get out on house arrest, go get another gun, go shoot and kill another nigga, get caught, get locked back up and taken back to jail, and my first case still ain't done. How does that work? How does that happen? The thing is, when you have niggas in politics, niggas do just that. They want to be politicians. I want to be like them. But see, the problem is, white folks got their areas that are nice. White folks have their cities and their towns and their areas that are, hey, we don't take that shit over here. We don't do that bullshit over here. They have that already. So yes, the little pockets or the trailer parks and all that shit where they got them poor white trash motherfuckers staying, that's fine because they got options. You live with poor white trash being a white person because you want to, because that's your lot. That's what you doing. There are options for you. You don't have to live there. Niggas want to live in a nice neighborhood. If you ain't in Prince George County, then you gotta go live where white folks are living at if you want to live in a nice neighborhood with good schools. Because niggas don't know how to say, hey, let me stop trying to be like these motherfuckers and do something for my motherfuckers. Let me stop trying to line my pockets like I see these other motherfuckers doing, and let me actually try to build something. Detroit used to be one of the biggest fucking cities in the country. Detroit used to have a bunch of middle-class black folks living their life like it's golden. And I wonder what happened. You had Motown. You had the car game. All of the manufacturing and the factory jobs that come along with that. There were people who would go and work for Ford and be making $100,000 or more, living good. But you know what happened? You let these motherfuckers pull all this bullshit. You let these companies get off into this bullshit and take all that shit overseas, and they fucked up the whole goddamn middle class. Flint used to be the shit. Flint used to be one of the most affluent cities in Detroit, in Michigan. And it was a lot of black folks there. Not being in control of your politics, you saw what happened. Because when Chevy, Ford, Chrysler started exporting all that fuck shit and getting all that shit overseas and closed up them factories there, motherfuckers should have been like, oh no, fuck this. They should have been doing what Trump is doing now. Y'all want to get y'all shit made over there in Taiwan and Japan and China? Fine. We gonna tax it so hard to where you can't motherfucking do it over there. You better bring that shit back here. And if not, you gonna be paying up the ass. You ain't just gonna leave this motherfucking city high and dry. Lead the citizens who actually built y'all motherfucking company, who put y'all shit on the map, who buy your cars, who actually motherfucking work in your factories all these years. You ain't just gonna leave these motherfuckers high and dry and then just say, hey, we going overseas. We taking our talents to South Beach and y'all gone. No, we gonna tax your ass if you gonna bring that shit back over here. Cause them Asians ain't buying Ford. Them Asians ain't buying Chevy. Them Asians ain't buying Chrysler. They buying Toyota, Lexus, Infiniti, Nissan. That's what they buy over there. They buy they shit. And just like you want us to buy your shit, then fine. But have some stop being so goddamn greedy to the point to where you fucking over the people that are here buying your shit. Ain't that crazy? How the price of automobiles went up, yet and still the parts that they getting made overseas are cheaper, which giving them more profit share. More of a profit, and the car cost is going up here, and then they gonna take away the jobs? Man, come on now. But that's what politicians did. They allowed that shit. The people that's supposed to be, we fighting for you. All them Democrat motherfuckers in Detroit, that's what they allowed them to do. Think about that shit.
It didn't become an issue until black people decided to form a militia to protect themselves, not to attack anyone, not to demand anything, but militias are used to emphasize a political position. The Democrats have militias that actually went out and committed acts of violence back in the 1800s. The Republicans had militias that went out and drove their points home during the Civil War. We, as a militia, would simply push forward a political point that no one who is not going to honor or try to help the black people to try to overcome together with us the 5 things that we have determined from a census that has been done across, we hope, most of the population, that we can have those that require us to have our political support or our financial support. That you would have to do like every other demographic does that agrees to enforce or to uphold this particular manifesto that we come up with that's beneficial to those of us who have a melanated persuasion within this country and worldwide.
Everything that you just said sounds like a bunch of complaints. It's all weak. when I was growing up under the Jim Crow law in Alabama on the plantation, black men were not complaining and they were not weak like that. Instead, they got married, they raised families, and they taught us that too by examples. And even though Jim Crow law was in existence, it didn't interfere with our personal lives, our family lives, and our friendship with other white people who were not a part of that because it was a Democratic Party thing that put that together. And it's it's hard for me.
Interesting that you say that.
Let me just finish this. I want to ask a question with it. It's hard for me to see grown black men complaining and acting angry and trying to complain about systemic racism, which doesn't exist, about what the white man is or is not doing, and white people are not holding black people back at all. I see that you guys organize your organization.
And here's the thing: here's what he's saying. I don't like the fact that he's using the word complaining because it kind of takes away from what the idea of the point is, in my opinion. But my thing is this: what is it that systemic racism? What is it that racist white America is doing to us today that's keeping us from doing what it is we want to do? And here's my thing. I challenge anybody to ask a pro-black this. Anybody that's a diehard liberal Democrat, I support everything black, ask them that. What is it that you legally cannot do? What is it that's keeping you from getting what it is that you want as a black person, as a group of black people, as the black community? Yes, I put some extra T's in it. What is it that's keeping us from getting that or doing what we want? Because yes, back in the day, Jim Crow laws. Yes, back in the day, white only. Yes, back in the day, colored fountain, white fountain. I get it. That's not the case today. And then when people even talk about from a financial perspective, getting jobs and economic base, that's some shit you got to build yourself. White folks ain't responsible for your economic base. Which is why I said if niggas live together safely, if niggas bought black, if niggas all supported nigga shit in their own areas, you would have what it is you asked for. You would have what it is you asked for. Those things that you want to get, things that we don't have no banks that's going to give black folks black businesses and give black folks loans to build businesses. Okay, so all you niggas need to go bank at a black bank. That was just like when Killer Mike did that shit a couple of weeks ago, talking about that black bank that's starting up in January. That's the type of shit you should be doing. If you're in a black community, you should have a black bank. If Prince George County don't have a black bank, shame on them. I'm just saying, ain't no point in a bunch of niggas getting together, living together, and everybody got their cash in Chase, Fifth Third, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. It makes no sense. If you're gonna have your own shit, you want to have your own businesses, you want to have your own loans, what do you need to do that? You need a bank. And because we are in a virtual setting now, there is no reason for black people to not support a black bank. Like Killer Mike was saying, even if you just put just open an account, you ain't got to have all your shit in there, but to just have funds in that account, a savings account, an additional checking account. If you a grown ass man and you have one bank account today, shame on you. Shame on you. You should be banking at least 2 to 3 banks just because you never know what you may need. You may need a loan for a house, a loan for a car, a loan for a business. And just going to one bank, hoping and wishing and praying that they take care of you is stupid. You should go somewhere and say, hey, I'm applying for a business or I'm applying for a loan, I need a mortgage or whatever, I'm going to go to all three of my banks to see what they can do for me. Who give me the best deal? You have to be able to see the logic in saying we don't have what we want because we don't sacrifice and support what it is we need. Yes, you may have to pay a little bit more to get your own grocery store, but why not have your own grocery store in your own community or community? I don't understand why we want all of these wonderful things. We want to build Black Wall Street all over again. We want to do all this wonderful shit, but we don't want to do what it takes to do it. We just want somebody to come along with a fucking magic wand and just bing, here you go. It makes no sense. Get your own shit in your own area, then you can have what it is that you want.
You march the street with guns, but you're not doing anything about morality. You're not getting married. You're not raising decent children. You're not starting businesses. You're not stopping the gang violence. You can organize to march up and down the streets complaining about white people, but you won't do anything about the black-on-black crime, the out-of-wedlock birth. And that's the role of the men to lead the way. That's the role. I know, but let me just say, that's the role of leading. That's the role of leading the way for the black women. Why don't you?
He was right about that because Jesse Lee Peterson is notorious for that. He will rattle off some shit. Say, I'm gonna just ask this question and run off a whole bunch of shit and then go back to his main talking points on your ass. And before you know it, this motherfucker done talked for the past 4 minutes straight and ain't said shit and gave you an opportunity to respond to shit. I mean, he does do that. Bullshit to the back. Just DJ Grandmaster J is right on that shit. You said you just wanted to ask a question and your ass got to talking about getting married. You gotta get the kids and getting married and staying together and then doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And before you know it, you like, well, goddamn, man.
Guys doing that? Why'd you guys doing that?
What is your question?
Why'd you guys, instead of running up and down the street and complain about
K-Lane, you're not blocked.
racism and all that, why'd you as men leading the way for the black women and children?
So first of all, let me answer your question. Number one, we haven't run up and down the street and done anything, so don't terminize us that way. Additionally, we haven't made a complaint about anything. Secondly, you shocked me that you haven't done your research about the NFAC. We are very deeply involved in gang.
But you just said systemic racism and all that. And that doesn't exist.
I let you talk, sir. If two black men are going to sit here and have a conversation, then let's have a conversation.
Respond to my question.
I'm responding.
I didn't hear your fucking question. You said so much shit, Jesse. I'm just saying. He ran off a bunch of shit.
But to cut me off while I'm talking is a form of disrespect that I don't tolerate.
Go ahead.
As I said before, if you had done your research on the NFAC, which I can tell you haven't, number one, we're not complaining. We issue no complaint. We don't protest. We don't demonstrate. And I've made that.
So what the fuck do you call a bunch of niggas up at Stone Mountain doing? If that ain't protesting, I don't know what is. Showing up in formation, you tell me what that is. You showed up to form in a formation at Stone Mountain for a threat that ain't nobody heard but y'all, for a threat about niggas getting killed at 7 o'clock, and you showed up there to do what? Ain't not none other motherfucker up there, because if you just came up there, because the reason, well, we came up here because we heard of a threat. Okay, well, if you came up there, if you saw wasn't no white folks there, why wouldn't you just leave? You know why you didn't just leave? Because you were protesting, getting you some attention. That's why you didn't leave. And you also had to find and give yourself ample time and opportunity to shoot each other. That's why you didn't go no goddamn well. What are you talking about? You see what I mean? It's like The whole point of and what Jesse was saying, that's why I said that complaining shit was stupid. He definitely could have put that in a different way. It's not about them complaining. It's about you saying, well, y'all saying this and y'all asking for this and y'all asking for that, but it's not nothing that y'all can't get on y'all own. So why the fuck are you whining about some shit or asking or begging or pleading for some shit that you can get on your own? There is no systemic racism keeping you from obtaining the things that you want. Why is it that you're trying to say that it is? If you want your own city, you want your own state, motherfucker, go in there and buy it up. Ain't nobody gonna give you a state. This ain't the Louisiana. I said Luigi. This ain't the Louisiana Purchase, motherfucker. Yeah, give me all that land over there for this much. Okay. If you really want what it is you're asking for, go to all black folks move to Texas. Niggas. There's a nigga roll call. Every nigga pack your shit up and move to Texas. If Jed Clampett can do it, then goddamn it, so can we. Load up your truck and move to Dallas. Just saying. What is so the whole thing of what you're asking for? You want police reform? Put a bunch of niggas in the police department and take it over. Reform it. Or do you think you're going to reform police across the nation? The federal government. And that's another thing I wish niggas would stop saying. Not just niggas, just people in general. The city and the state have control over the police department, not the federal government. Trump has nothing to do, Obama has nothing to do with the police department being changed and reformed. Nothing at all. Obama and Trump can't control the police department. Now, just because of my infinite wisdom that I have, there's some asshole somewhere saying, so then why did you say Obama should have stepped in Chicago and helped Chicago? Let me check that. The reason why I said Obama could have done something in Chicago is because even though he can't reform the police department, he does have access to provide resources to that police department. He can assign federal task force to a particular city, to a particular area, to a particular cause. He does have the ability to do that, which is what I said he should have done. And if shit got real fucked up, he could have deployed the National Guard, but I didn't think shit would be that bad. The FBI, with their resources, with their equipment, could have went into Chicago, into Chirac, and they could have got that shit under control in about 6 to 8 months. Believe that. And the fact that them motherfuckers obviously have influence, or should I say control, over Kim Fox motherfucking big forehead ass, they could have had that bitch make sure, hey, all these niggas that the motherfucking government about to bring to your ass and that the city about to bring to you, lock their ass the fuck up. Don't you let none of these hardened ass criminals get the fuck out of jail. Fuck that. And she'd have been like, yes, Michelle, yes, ma'am, I'll do that. That's what she should have did. And they should have told motherfuckers, and because motherfuckers are beholden to Rahm Emanuel, he owe Obama and all that shit, he should have been like, hey, look, stop all this shit, dude. I'm sending you some FBI agents. Go ahead and get this shit under control. Because if Michelle Obama can make a call to get motherfucking Jussie Smollett the fuck out of jail and the fuck out of line and fucking causing the fucking police out doing an investigation when it's 22 below zero outside, and that motherfucker literally falsified a police report, he literally made a false claim and spent tens of thousands of dollars in resources and in motherfucking city dollars to do some fuck shit that he made up, to investigate some fuck shit he made up, and motherfucking Michelle Obama made a call to Kim Fox and said, hey, squash that shit, bitch. And she did. She damn sure could have did it. And they damn sure could have did it when all them niggas is dying and getting shot and getting fucked up in Chicago while they was president and first lady.
very clear in many of my interviews. We form military formations and we move from one place to the other. We don't chant, we don't wave signs, we don't go out and say anything. We move in silence
and shoot each other.
There is no proof of us doing that.
There's proof of you shooting each other.
Don't run up and down the streets. We have addressed 2 situations tactically which have produced fruit. One of those,
black militia hold up white drivers for reparations. One white driver scoffs and says, "What did I do to you?" Exactly. And they was talking cash shit to this white dude.
Was the March on Stone Mountain to address a threat that was made to all black people on July 4th against all black people by the white supremacists, the KKK that normally meets there. We tactfully went there. They weren't there.
Right. Chanting Black Power and yelling lots of others. Yes, they were, which is protesting. They were there to respond to some threats that nobody heard of. And they then walked up and down the street yelling Black Power, yelling all that bullshit. And what do you call that? I call that a protest. Peaceful protest until somebody shot somebody. But I'm just saying it's a protest nonetheless. Protest with a little accidental shooting on the side, like an order at Harold's.
Additionally, our second mission was the getting transparency in the Breonna Taylor case, since the city of Louisville felt like they weren't getting any traction. And I went into that city, met with all of the...
Why would a nigga be... And you see this stupid nigga? This nigga is holding 2 AR-15s like he gonna motherfucking dual wield the motherfuckers. Like he playing a goddamn game on Xbox. You can't even do that on Xbox. You can dual wield handguns. Nobody dual wields... I'm going to tell you who dual wields fucking AR-15s. You want to know who dual wields AR-15s? The motherfucker from, what's the damn movie? Goddamn. Tropic Thunder. Do y'all remember when motherfucking Jack in Tropic Thunder was dual wielding M16s and he was shooting the motherfuckers when they were shooting? That's who dual wields M16s or AR-15s. Who holds 2 fucking rifles like that? It's so stupid. Yes, that was Ben Stiller. So fucking stupid. Why would you think that that's like the thing to do? It just goes and that just goes to show why I said all that shit about him being military trained and all that. That's a bunch of bullshit. That motherfucker was a fry cook or some shit like that in the military. That motherfucker don't know shit. Ain't no soldier gonna walk around with 2, and most of their guns are 22 long rifle. Yes. Ain't no motherfucker soldier gonna walk around with 2 fucking AR-15s in their hands. None. Unless they putting them in the case. It's stupid. It makes no fucking sense. And it just shows you as the general just how smart you really are.
Powers to be had a responsible conversation.
Yes, it's excessive to the point where you're trying to make yourself look like something that you're not, and you really look like a fucking fool. Because any fucking real soldier would look at that motherfucker and be like, what the fuck is his stupid ass doing? Nigga, you doing all this shit for show and tell. That's all you doing. You're not serious. And it makes anybody that sees that knows anything about firearms, that knows anything about being a soldier, knows anything about guns, it makes you look like a fucking joke. And all you're going to do is say, man, this nigga looks stupid as hell. The fact that you sitting here with a fucking 22 long rifle, fuck you going to do with that besides shoot a fucking raccoon or a fucking possum? That's a fucking varmint round. What are you doing with that? You're walking the streets with a fucking 22 long rifle, dude? Seriously? Motherfuckers use that shit for plinking, hunting fucking fox or coyotes or some shit like that. And that's it. You ain't putting down no motherfucking people with no goddamn 22 long rifle. So if the Klan was on deck, if the Klan was there, to kick it off. What you gonna do? Give them a bunch of flesh wounds while they mow your ass down with a fucking howitzer or some shit that they got? Dumb as hell, right? On some Elmer Fudd shit.
Gain the transparency that we wanted, haven't fired a shot, haven't broken the law, haven't threatened anyone, haven't.
That's not true. You done fired some shots. You ain't fired them at no enemies, but you fired shots amongst yourselves. Yes, you do. That's what you do now.
Done a damn thing. So I don't know who you think you're talking about, but our organization doesn't do that. Additionally, when you talk about gangs and what's happening within the Black community, we're deeply involved in gang reconciliation with the
Lies. Where? Where them videos at, nigga? Every motherfucking video that these niggas got is them showing up to some Black Lives Matter protest. Every fucking video that they got is some video of them showing up to some black man get shot by white, some black being shot by white. That's all they show the fuck up to. Just like Black Lives Matter ain't in the hood, you don't see shit from them until a white cop shoots a black person. That's when Black Lives Matter show up. Other than that, the motherfuckers are ghosts.
California Black writers, we are married to many of the organizations at the grassroots levels that are doing things.
Like what grassroots organizations? Wouldn't you name them right here? Wouldn't you run off a few? If you were, you the general, ain't you? Well, ain't you? Wouldn't you run them off real quick?
Things like addressing the problems that are systemic within the Black race. We're not just complaining to white people, and I'm insulted that you would sit here and paint this minuscule picture of what you call our little movement, which is the most significant organization by Black people within the pro-Black movement in the last 60 years, and it's something that's never been done in the.
That's not true. 60 years, nigga. That'll take your ass back before the goddamn Panthers. And that's just not true. All you doing, nigga, is showing up with some fucking guns. You're not moving anything. You haven't moved a goddamn thing. That is not true. That nigga is literally just making shit up. The Panthers were that big. The Panthers were bigger than that, than these niggas. The Panthers did more than these niggas. The Panthers had a breakfast program for kids. The Panthers were actually walking the streets of their communities, policing their communities. Do your homework, Black Ricardo. Yeah. Huey Newton and motherfucking Fred Hampton, they were actually doing shit. To the point to where, put it like this, they were so fucking effective in their own communities to the point to where the fucking president fucking put a task force together about getting these niggas off the fucking streets, breaking these niggas down because these niggas got traction. These niggas were a movement. These niggas were actually present in their communities. Back then, it wasn't no Facebook or no Instagram to document the shit that they did on a daily basis. Them niggas actually got fucking dismantled by the federal government. That's how big they were. Ain't nobody trying to dismantle these niggas. They literally looking at these niggas saying, oh man, them niggas just standing around with some fucking 22 long rifles. That's all they doing. Them niggas ain't actually doing shit. That's my point. You trying to talk about you got a fucking movement. Where the fuck are you moving, dude? Aside without no motherfucking TV cameras. Without no fucking Facebook Live at the Breonna Taylor Square. Without no Facebook Live on Ahmaud Arbery, the block he got shot on. That's all y'all niggas is doing. Y'all niggas are showing up in locations saying, yeah, we just came after all of the fuck shit went down. We just came to show people that we here. That ain't a movement. That's a fucking protest. What are you talking about?
Existence of this country.
What I don't understand about what you're all doing is if you can organize a rally, if you can organize and go and pretend that the police brutality is happening and racism is happening, why aren't you organizing Black people to return to God? get married, raise decent children, start businesses? Why don't I buy land? You can do that in America. Why not put that same effort to rebuilding families? Because the real reality is that black people are suffering, those who are suffering,
I beg
due
you to
to
stop.
that
Had to go make
moral
sure my baby
character.
was
I
okay.
beg you to stop again, sir. This interview is going to end prematurely if you don't stop sitting there, letting me know how little you know about us. If you study
I know
us, you'll
about all
find
the
out
stuff you just
we're
named.
doing just
God damn it.
that. We're doing everything you said.
But it doesn't
As a
show
matter of fact,
anywhere.
at the beginning of this conversation, you asked me what was my religion, and I didn't want to get into it because I didn't want to get into a theological discussion. But since you opened the door, allow me to walk through it. Not only do I
He is like when he gets agitated, he really starts talking like a woman. It's like he just goes into like, it's like he's just like missing just like this, or turkey neck or some shit. It's like dude, it's like when he gets upset or riled up and he goes off into one of his rants, it's like he's like literally like just like a angry woman or a girlfriend or some shit that's pissed the fuck off, and he like getting you told now. That's what it seems like.
teach on the regular on a show called Facts Over Feelings, where we deal with just those issues, where we encourage things such as group economics, where we talk about.
Now, I will say this. I will give him credit on that. When he does his show, he does talk about that shit. I have seen him on several occasions talking about the Bible and talking about family, talking about those type of things. He talks about you know, all of the shit that black folks need to get together and do. If this nigga don't do shit else, this nigga talks a lot. He actually does that. He talk about a lot of different shit, but as far as the movement, crickets.
Stabilization of the American family, where we talk about the fact and where we teach on things such as post-slave traumatic stress syndrome, where we talk about the fact that we have to raise our racial esteem and begin to recapture the unity that we had before. I'm doing all of those things, and most of the people in the NFAC are of the same religious.
She says that nigga's shirt is missing
persuasion
shoulder
and believe in all of those
pads.
principles. If you study us, you'll find out that I made it very clear that one of our goals was not just the protection of the black community, but the protection of the black community so it could self-heal and we could assist with all of those things that you just named, every last thing that you just named.
And here's my thing with that. If that is true, if what you're saying is true, and the fact that you're in charge, or you are in command, I should say, of the largest black militia ever, wouldn't you think that the main function of your militia at this point would be to get those inner cities that have high black on black crime under control by actually policing those cities? I'm just saying. DJ Grandmaster Jay is on that narcotic. I done gave up that narcotic now, anime. But wouldn't you think that if I'm the largest militia, the greatest militia that this country has seen in the past 60 years, wouldn't you think that my primary function, in addition to all other protests and shit we do, but wouldn't my primary function, wouldn't the most video footage that you see be me actually stopping and being a actual presence in one of the biggest problems that we have, which is us killing us? The nigga said he stole Cyrus' shirt. Can you dig it? They killed Cyrus. Who did it? It was the Warriors. The Warriors did it. But wouldn't you think that would be the thing he would do? I'm going to show y'all how badass my militia is. We going to go to the top, highest crime area in our city that we live in. Our militias are going to be present there to do daily community policing in all black and with our 22 long rifle. Yes, I know these little niggas got these choppers. Yes, I know these little niggas out here with these AKs and these AR-15s and these 33 round Glock mags, but we showing up with our 22 long rifle because we are the fucking NFAC. He said they cleaned up Stone Mountain, right? But instead, fuck that. Fuck these inner cities. Fuck these areas where my people that look like me are getting fucked up on the daily. Fuck that. I'm gonna go to Stone Mountain with my megaphone and let these motherfuckers know what time it is, because they talking about killing niggas at 7 o'clock. And we're gonna give them a 5-minute grace period, and we're gonna start shooting back at 7:05. That's what that nigga actually said. Just saying.
We have already been doing.
I don't see any proof, and I've looked around the country and I've asked and I've interviewed all types of people. I don't see anywhere where black people are building. I do see that everywhere they go, they destroy. For an example, there's a terrorist attack upon America right now by the radical far left black lesbians, the Black Lives Matter people, and the Antifa and all that. They're destroying. And black people are stealing and robbing.
Wouldn't you think that the NFAC would have been there in Minneapolis? Don't you think the NFAC would have been in Seattle? Don't you think the NFAC would have been there just to actually, I mean, if they're gonna make an impact and change and all this shit and protect black folks, wouldn't they be there? Wouldn't they have went to go and police that motherfucking what was that zone called? The autonomous zone? Wouldn't they have went there? Yeah, we here because ain't no police in this motherfucker, and we want to make sure that ain't no black people getting fucked over in this autonomous zone. Wouldn't you think that the militia, the greatest militia in the nation and in international in the past 60 years, yes, Chaz, thank you. Wouldn't they have shown up in Chaz? Because Chaz was a bunch of motherfucking crackheads and motherfucking rapists and all kinds. And I think it was what, 3 or 4 niggas died in Chaz, got killed in Chaz? Wouldn't you think they would be there? Which lets you know they ain't there because they ain't with that shit. They not with the shit. They are not as bowdy and rowdy as they claim to be. Somebody actually got mad, and not mad, but somebody actually commented on I said that in another video. I said, you better get bowdy and rowdy. They was like, hey man, it's bout it. And I was like, God damn, man, I know, I was just fucking around.
And no shame about it. They are taken from the white man, and they feel that. I didn't grow up like that. And then black people didn't, when I was growing up, black people didn't think as a group. They thought as an individual, as Christians, as
get them damn lights up. 7 lights away from 100. Come on, people.
And those black who was of decency, they hung out with. Those who were not, they didn't hang out with. Why do you guys have to act like all blacks are the same? You got to have this movement going. Why not just live as normal people and treat everybody equally?
How can you sit there and say live as normal people? And
shout out to Justin Lofton hitting me with the cash app. Thank you, good sir.
Is even playing out as we're talking about. Systemic racism does exist.
There's no proof of that.
And here's my thing: if that's what you're saying, why don't you prove it? It's like I'm so tired of people saying that this is here and this exists, and they don't have any type of factual evidence to support what it is that they're saying. If I'm a person that believes systemic racism exists, I would be able to give you, just straight up factual evidence to prove what it is that I'm saying. Just like how I've said the last thing, even when I did my video about racism, one of the things I said was, yes, there is racism to a degree. I said probably the last truly systemic racist thing that has occurred in America was, number one, good old motherfucking Joe Biden's 94 crime bill, because that specifically was a system put in place to impact a group of people solely based on the color of their skin. Niggas. More niggas got locked up from the 94 crime bill than niggas did in all of America's history, with the exception of slavery. Them niggas locked up something like 1.1 million niggas from that 94 crime bill fuck shit. There's a documentary out called 13. Watch it. The other part is, the other thing that I've notated and spoke about is saying that the other thing that I saw that was systemic racism was redlining. When these banks wasn't giving niggas home loans. And what did I say about home loans? Home loan is one of the major cornerstones of your financial portfolio. And if banks were intentionally denying niggas home loans strictly based on the color of their skin, that's systemic racism. You have an institution that is in place that is actually discriminating against another group of people based on the color of their skin. You see how easy I articulated that? How easy I stated that? Now, is that shit happening today? You tell me, where is that happening? Exactly. Kamala Harris could be called, thank you, Montreal. Kamala Harris could be called or considered a racist. That bitch literally locked up niggas and gave niggas maximum sentences for motherfucking misdemeanor crimes. Niggas. She wasn't locking up white folks like that. She was locking up niggas like that and was proud of it and touted it. Would white supremacy want more or less school choice? Would white supremacy want more or less gun laws? Would white supremacy want more or less freedom of speech? Would white supremacy want more, it's the same thing, I got you. Want more or less dependency? What are Democrats pushing? Exactly. And here's the other caveat to that. It's not that Republicans are, or white supremacy, or not white supremacy, but it's not that the Republicans are so pro-black. They're just pro, get it your damn self. They are pro, do it on your own merit. That's what they're pro of. It's not that Republicans are trying to uplift black folks. It's not that Republicans are trying to put black folks on a pedestal and take black folks to another level. It's not what they're trying to do. They're just saying, hey, you have the opportunity to get it yourself. I can't teach you no more. Do it yourself. The system is here. Go ahead and make it happen. They're not trying to uplift all. That's not the case. If the Republicans were trying to uplift all, there wouldn't be the super, ultra fucking rich, that 1% that's making all the goddamn money. That is not what they're doing. There wouldn't be the wealth gap that there is now. It wouldn't be that way if Republicans were trying to uplift all. So that's not true, Sean. They ain't trying to hold you niggas back, niggas specifically, but they definitely want to keep that classism the way that it is. And I get it. I understand what they're doing. It's some bullshit, but it's better than what the fuck is going on the other side of the game. And I keep telling people that you look at the shit you're talking about when it comes to saying, well, the Democrats is doing this for us, they gonna do this for us. They ain't doing shit but keeping you dependent on their fucking system. Because the more I got you dependent on me, the more control I have over you. That's it. That's why they want to let all these motherfucking immigrants in over here. Because them immigrants are going to be what? Dependent on the system. Because they don't have shit. That's it. Exactly. And my thing is with LeBron, it ain't about LeBron should be able to say what the fuck he want to say. But when LeBron says some shit that ain't true, then niggas should jump on him. And the thing about it, when you're talking about saying, hey, we need to get our shit together and do what the fuck we need to do all it takes and all it starts with is us living in our own community. And I ain't talking about all of the niggas that's on Section 8. I'm talking about the niggas that have jobs, the niggas that are in affluent neighborhoods, the niggas that do have careers. Those niggas need to move into their own areas and live with niggas, amongst niggas that's just like them. Montreal, thanks for the super chat, man. He said Chelsea Handler can be considered a racist as well. Exactly. She had to remind 50 Cent that he was a nigga. But you don't see no Democrats saying shit about that. Ain't it funny how they all overlook the racist shit that they say, but will try to find and fine tooth comb and look over anything that a Republican says is racist with a fucking electric microscope?
By Tom, I didn't cut you off, sir. In the book Brainwashed by Tom Harrell, he talks about people like you, people who don't realize that we've only been off the plantation for about 155 years, and that you've only been a full-blown citizen for about 56 years. You talked about living under Jim Crow, and that our culture and our memory and our entire race was destroyed for 246 years under the act of enslavement. Enslavement is a violent act. It is not something that you are, and that our race has never been given a chance to recover from 400 years of enslavement worldwide.
That's not true.
Let me finish, please. You asked me on this show, you're going to let me speak. You're not going to run over me like you do these weak people. And
Like
I am not going to sit and listen to someone who is a champion for the religion.
I feel him because he do that shit. I'm telling you, if you watch any of Jesse Lee Peterson's shit, he will motherfucking go back and he will motherfucking run his fucking mouth and then just before you know it, he done monopolize the whole conversation and it'll be like, so did you have fun? Or you will be saying some shit and he would just ask a totally different question and not acknowledge what the fuck you said or what the fuck you didn't say. He would just move the fuck on to some other shit. I'm telling you. It seems like at moments, he just have moments where he just totally ain't listening to what you say and will just be like, okay, so what about the Bears? What do you think they're going to do this year? You be like, motherfucker, we were just talking about slavery. I don't know.
That whose ass they decide to kiss just so that they can have a spot to say what they want to say. I represent the face of the black movement now, and it is different than anything like BLM, who we do not align with, or anything else.
Oh, that's
everything
easy.
that you're saying, you're totally ignoring the fact that the empirical evidence exists right in front of your face. If we had to abolish the U.S. government, reestablish a unified coalition court, redistribute the land, take back the gold that's been taken, abolish the U.S. dollar, and a few other things, they call that a revolutionary act. But when you're talking about people addressing such things as the continued colonization of the black community through gentrification, the infusion of the black.
Did you hear what this nigga said? Gentrification. That's the system that's doing this. No, that's niggas tearing shit up and wilding the fuck out, driving the property value down and letting the white folks come in and buy it up because niggas ain't buying it up. At this point in time in this country, this has been the most, we ain't never had as many rich niggas as we got right now today. Never. We have the most millionaires, the most billionaires ever. Why aren't those people going back and investing into our own communities? I'll wait. Daquan asked the question, he says, why us black people always say Republican is for rich, Democrat is for poor? I've been hearing that for a long time. That's because the Democrats always say, we're here for you, the everyday working man. We're here for you, all of the blue collar factory workers, while those rich people are the ones that don't care about you. That's been their narrative the whole time. They always try to paint that picture like they are one of us or one of you because they cater to the poor people. They cater to them for that power. We're going to get you subsidies. We're going to get you these. We're going to help you with this program. We're going to give you a bunch of free shit just so that you can vote for us. And then we'll go after those rich Republicans that aren't sharing in any of the profits. They're not giving anything back. We're going to make them give back, and we'll take care of you ourselves. Not realizing that the Democrats are just as rich as the Republicans. The rich politicians of a state senator for the Republican and a state senator for the Democrats make the same amount of motherfucking money. A Democratic congressman and a Republican congressman get the same check. Same goddamn check. Ain't no difference. It's all about what side of the fence you on and what side of the fence they trying to keep your ass on. They don't want you thinking for yourself. So what do? They tell you, we just like you. We looking out for you and your interests. We gonna take care of you. We gonna give you some free shit. All you gotta do is just vote for us. That's it. And then they don't do shit like Joe Biden. 47 years in politics and he don't have not one goddamn thing he can say, I did this. Only thing he talk about is, I took on the NRA and got a 10-year ban. I took on the NRA and I beat the NRA. Okay, what you do for niggas? Exactly. Crickets. Well, what I'm gonna do, why didn't you ever do it? At least the niggas that's in your state, you've been representing them for 40-something years. Not to mention, you was in the fucking White House for 8. What did you do for niggas? Nothing. I get it. So why would I believe that you're gonna do something for niggas now? I'm just saying. Oh yeah, he got demolished in that motherfucking debate. My favorite moment was when motherfucking Trump told that motherfucker, you know what, Joe? I ran because of you. That's why I'm here. I ran because of you. I ran because of what you and Obama did. That's why I'm here. I'm here because of you, Joe. I was like, ooh, that's some bullshit there. Nigga, tell you, I ain't have to be here. But I came here because of your ass.
Community of folks that continue to make it impossible for us to achieve unity again. The ADOS issue that's still going on. The integration that does not equal an equal equation that's still going on. Tomorrow when I speak in DC at the March on Washington, I intend to let everybody know just what you said. Things are not as normal as you paint them out to be. There has been a gradual deterioration. There has been a gradual deterioration within our communities and externally in this country. This is not the United States that I fought for. This is not the United States that I wore the uniform for. This is not the United States, as you so eloquently said, that I remember from the 70s and the 80s. This is not the United States. Yesterday, a 17-year-old boy got a weapon that he shouldn't even have had and got a ride from his white mother to go up to another state to kill some people simply because he was still being poisoned with the poison of racism. Where are all the Klan?
Do you hear how this nigga just lied? The nigga just lied. Except for the fact that his mother was white and the fact that he had an AR-15 that he wasn't legally supposed to have. He didn't go up there to kill no goddamn body. He didn't shoot a motherfucker or kill a motherfucker until he got attacked. But what do I say about niggas? Niggas love to fucking lie, man. He loved to lie. That nigga had a gun and that nigga went up there and you clearly saw him helping people. He clearly had a fucking med kit and you saw this nigga cleaning up graffiti. He wanted to stop niggas from setting shit on fire and burning shit down. And then when that didn't work out and he started to run away, the niggas said, I'm sorry, the white folks said, we gonna chase this nigga down and we gonna chase this motherfucker down and fuck him up. And it wasn't until then to where he defended himself, but now all of a sudden he went there to kill people. How the fuck does that happen? How does that happen? How does he just come up and make what he said up? He made it up. You can clearly see the video footage. You can clearly see, before all of the shit happened, he's literally telling you why he's up there. You then not only hear what he said, but you can clearly see him doing what he said. We're here to provide medical treatment to anybody that may be hurt, and we're also here to clean this shit up, and we're here to make sure that people don't fuck up shit. Why did he have to be there? Or why did he choose to go there? Because the police could not do shit. The police were told to stand down. So what? Police get told to stand down. I can't defend. I can't help defend my community. I can't help defend some average everyday working people that's been getting their shit fucked up. Because you motherfuckers been allowing it in other cities. Everybody think it's sweet and it's all about the smash and grab. So what? Now I got these motherfuckers coming to attack me, chasing me down, hitting me, swinging on me with a fucking skateboard and shit, chasing me with a fucking gun, And I'm not supposed to defend myself, or I'm just supposed to take that ass whooping, huh? I just got to take that, charge that up, chalk that up to the gang. I'm just supposed to take that ass whooping, huh? I got a fucking AR-15 on my motherfucking shoulder, and I'm supposed to just take this ass whooping, or take this motherfucking shooting, or take whatever the fuck these other motherfuckers gonna do to me? I gotta take that, huh? When you clearly see before the shit happened, the motherfucking dude talking about shoot me, nigga. Nigga, the white boy. Shoot me, nigga. Shoot me, nigga. Then when you start attacking this motherfucker, swinging on this motherfucker, he does just that. He did shoot your ass. Then you niggas started chasing him. Who chases a motherfucker with a rifle? I have no idea. But you see what happens when you do. You got a gun, chasing after this dude with a rifle. This motherfucker then tries to hit his ass with a fucking skateboard, and the motherfucker defends himself. Then the other asshole tries to grab that motherfucker's rifle until he got that motherfucking arm shot off. And that motherfucking arm was like, baby, hey, you know I'm gonna love you. Motherfucker arm was loose than a motherfucker once that 223 hit it. Who does that? Besides a motherfucker that want to get shot. Gun line, boss.
Robes. You can't find a Klan robe in a thrift store or the Salvation Army because they still have them. You're not gonna sit there and insult.
And I don't understand why niggas are still talking about the Ku Klux Klan. When was the last time a clan of Klu and Klux came to your city and fucked up some niggas? When was the last time a Ku Klux Klan set a cross up on your property? When was the last time a Ku Klux Klansman hung a nigga in your town? Hung a nigga in a tree and they all gathered around like they used to do? When was the last time y'all seen that? Why are niggas still even talking about the Ku Klux Klan? The Ku Klux Klan are pretty much non-motherfucking factors. Like Evelyn Lozado say, I remember this time. They are non-motherfucking factors. I could give a rat's ass if they exist. Hell, it's Aryan Brotherhood that exists. They don't like niggas either. I don't give a fuck about none of them. The Mau Mau's and the gorilla motherfucking, the black gorillas and all them shits, they exist too. Why the fuck would you be concerned about the Ku Klux Klan, a group of motherfuckers you ain't seen, ain't gonna see, and ain't gonna do shit to you? Well, they have a Ku Klux Klan rally. So fucking what? Last time I checked, this is America, Jack. It's like niggas act like the Klan is still out here doing shit to them. Now, if they still around, I could give a shit. The Ku Klux Klan is out there, man. The Klan members is out there. They doing the Klan shit to them. The Klan shit. Shout out to my man Mega Mortis. Hit me up with the $25 here for another excellent show. Thanks. Appreciate it, bro. But it's like when you talking about the shit that's going on, and when you talking about the Klan, I don't give a fuck if you talk about the Klan, but they not out here doing shit. Standing around. The same reason the Jews are smart enough to talk about the Nazis. When was the last time you heard the Jews talking about the Nazis? I haven't heard it. Now, do the Jews talk about the Holocaust? Absolutely. Just like niggas talk about slavery. The Jews actually did something about theirs. The Jews actually got reparations. Don't you think we should kind of like try to follow that playbook? Well, how did they do it? It's like, I'm not saying that the Klan don't exist. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, I would talk about those things that are clearly impacting my day-to-day living situation, because that is my clear and present danger. That's all I'm saying. You want to have a conversation about the Klan? I could give a shit. I don't care. Start you a Klan channel if you want to. But until a Klan come do some shit to me or mine, I ain't got no fucking words or no beef with no fucking Klan. Fuck them. That's it. I'm just saying, man, we got to get past that stupid shit, them hot topics. We got to get past them hot phrases to talk about. We got to get past that shit, man, because it takes up too much, a waste of fucking time, energy, and resources. You got a bunch of niggas together to show up to supposedly fight a clan that ain't said shit and ain't did shit to none of y'all and ain't even show the fuck up to where they said they was going, where you said they was going to show up to. That's stupid. You're a dumbass if you do that, to do that. You led them people on a blank mission.
Me and the 45 million other people that still exist in this country and try to do just what you said.
Let me say that you're going on too long. Hold on.
Without somebody calling the police on you. And then the police itself that grew out of the slave patrol that is still killing people at will, and there has been no repression. You can sit there and act like it doesn't exist in your...
Empirical data was something he mentioned earlier. I believe that the statistics from 2018 or something like that was that on average it's something like 1,000 people die by the hands of the police every year. If it's 44 million niggas or 40 plus million niggas in the United States, you're talking about 1,000 people total, not 1,000 niggas, just 1,000 people total are being killed by the police. What's the percentage of that? Less than 1%. Like 0.1% or some shit like that of the actual police killing people, unarmed people. It's less than 1,000 motherfuckers on average. Why the fuck would you want to be concerned about that when you got 700-800 niggas, you got 124 niggas getting shot in a weekend? 20 kids dead in a month in one city. One. All black. There you go. 0.0002743%. It's not even 0.5%. Why would that be your concern if you have 124 niggas getting shot in one weekend, 114 niggas getting shot in a weekend, 200-300 niggas getting shot in a month, and you're the black militia?
Comfortable white world. We have
Grandmaster Jay, you're going on too long. We don't have a lot of time. Hold on.
Answer those questions.
Grandmaster Jay, you're going on too long in your response. You
and
have
another
a whole
thing,
bunch of fast.
Why this nigga ain't got no undershirt on? I just noticed that. Nigga, where is your undershirt? Not even a wife beater, not even a black t-shirt or nothing. So you just got naked skin on glittery shirt, sweating and whatever the fuck you have, and ain't nothing there to absorb that sweat. God damn. Right, nigga showing cleavage. This nigga, man. Nigga got cleavage out. Lonely you bogus, man. Why is this nigga showing so much cleavage on a goddamn internet show? I don't understand that. This nigga has that motherfucker zip halfway to his breastbone. Why? Why would you do that, Morpheus? Why would you do that?
Words that has no meaning. I think that good actions speak louder than words. And what should be happening, rather than you guys carrying on like this, running up and down and complaining, why don't you start building and encourage black people to stop destroying and let the world see that there's more to them than complaining about what somebody else is or not doing. And that's the role of the men. That's the role of the men, is to do, rather than to just use a lot of fancy words. All you're doing is use a lot of fancy words.
You're talking about right
I'm talking
now,
to you.
Jesse.
You said a whole bunch of stuff and nobody know what you mean about it.
You must be talking about those other groups, because I said it once before. You must didn't hear.
And it's like these talking points are so fucking vague. They are so fucking generalized. Why can't you just be specific if it's such a prevalent issue? If it's such a problem, why wouldn't you as the general have your shit like mapped out? As opposed to just talking the systemic racism that's taking effect over 246 years and black people that have been unjustifiably, homicidally, ratifiably disenchanted. And you just saying a bunch of shit as opposed to actually just making some real live speaking points and saying, this is what the problem is. This is what we need to do. We're asking for this. Here we go. You just saying the shit that other people say and nod their head to like, yep, he right. There is racism out here. Okay, but racism ain't got motherfucking Ray Ray and Nut Nut and Peanut shooting each other every goddamn night. Racism ain't got these niggas fighting over blocks that ain't theirs. How does racism affect O-Block? Tell me that and we can get somewhere. And if you're watching, please click that like button, click the subscribe button. We at 6,300 subs. We trying to get to 10,000 for the year out. Let's do it. We got work to do. Every sub, go get one sub. Let's do this.
Where are you building homes?
Right.
People to unify. We are telling people to practice group economics.
Where are you building homes?
More gun sales in the last 3 months.
Where are you doing this? You're saying it. Where is it happening?
We've done more in 3 months.
Nigga, you ain't responsible for a spike in gun sales. The goddamn government is responsible for the spike in gun sales. You fucking kidding me? You have no way to quantify that, sir. No way whatsoever. Lying ass niggas, man. God damn.
Where?
Some people in the civil rights movement did in the entire movement.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Where are you
Look across
building?
the country. Statistics have shown that ever since we started the campaign, which began in Brunswick, since you didn't ask, which began in Brunswick with Ahmaud Arbery, ever since we started our campaign, gun sales and gun classes and gun certifications amongst black people are up 52%.
Nigga, do you really think that you responsible for that? Do you hear this lying ass nigga? Get the fuck out of here. Those fucking, all of that shit he's talking about has been increased, period. Since this whole shit started. Since fucking COVID started. Back in fucking March, all that shit went the fuck through the roof. People were fucking scared about COVID, civil unrest, all that shit. It wasn't because of fucking Grandmaster Jay. You fucking kidding me? Yo lying ass. Nigga, I wish you would. Come on. You are responsible for all the black folks that have bought guns and have enrolled in fucking firearm training courses and firearm classes. Man, get the fuck out of my face on the internet. Are you serious?
That's something that's never been done before.
I know one thing your ass ain't responsible for. There ain't been no increase in firearm safety amongst the goddamn militia, has it? Oh, shooting yourself ass niggas. That's what calling y'all shooting yourself ass niggas. Get the fuck out of here.
People need right now is a gun.
They are inspired by the sight of watching, as you said, and I have to agree with you, when I see black people that are unorganized, that are a mob that's just complaining and don't have any plan, I'm right along with you. That is not what we're a part of. That's one of the reasons we came forward, just as you said, to be organized, to have a roadmap, to inspire, to educate, and then to be able to defend in the need that we have. As you notice, we've broken no laws. We've not killed one person. Not one person has been arrested. We've destroyed no property. We've done none of those.
You ain't said you ain't shot nobody, though. You ain't said we have not shot each other. Where's that statistic at? Let's see the empirical data on that. Where them white folks had to come and pat y'all asses up when you niggas out there shooting yourselves. Where was all of the pro-black motherfucking paramedics when you motherfuckers got shot? Y'all was calling for them white people, wasn't you?
Things that these other people have done. We have presented a very sensible, logical, as you say, organized institution that has embraced everything that you said and have put those things out. But since we've only been on the stage in 3 months, even though in those 3 months we've built an international coalition and have gotten endorsements from other agencies around the globe because we're doing just what you said. You see, we're the ones who are trying to do just what you said. We're trying to bring back the things you just talked about. But we've only...
And you know what, Left Third? I will say this, because Maj Toure has some fuckery going on with his shit too, but I could definitely say they were actually in communities, in black communities, amongst niggas, actually doing firearm training courses, talking about firearm safety, educating black folks on firearms, how to acquire firearms, how to carry firearms. They were actually doing it. They was going around, their whole Black Guns Matter movement. They were actually going around to these areas and these communities, talking to black folks about why they need to arm themselves, how to arm themselves, how to practice firearm safety, going to the range, all of that. That's all I'm saying. And wait a minute, what did you say, Jihad, be respectful? What did he say that was disrespectful? I can't see what the fuck he said. Or did he do that shit where you make it to where I can't see his whatchamacallit? I can't see what he's posting, but he's posting shit. Did he do that? Yeah, let me know if that's what's going on. Let me know what was said that was disrespectful. Yeah, I can't see that comment, so I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see what's disrespectful. So if somebody can post it or show me, I don't know. But other than that, let everybody speak. Unless it's something that's just out of fucking line, let it go. Let me see it or let me catch it or whatever. But for the most part, I don't want to see nobody blocked just because of something that's just like a difference. But if it's something that's wild, then go ahead and do your thing. Yeah.
Been in existence 3 months, and in those 3 months, what have we done? We've done more to motivate, unify the black people in this country, and I can show you all the receipts you need. But if I don't know where you're looking, but by the way you started off this conversation, you haven't looked in the right place because you didn't even do your research on the NFAC.
Let me ask, as a man, and I find it really odd as a male, because I didn't grow up seeing this. It's odd to me to see black men begging for reparation and crying about systemic racism or blaming white people for their downfall. Normally, men overcome situations and the women and children follow. But the black men are acting just like the black women, and they're acting like the white man is smarter than them, that the white man can do better than them. So by complaining and blaming, you're hurting yourself rather than coming together as an American people.
I'm going to stop you right now.
Put forward that effort. It's not attractive to see men complain like that.
I'm going to do this one more time for you, and if you don't get this, we can end this interview. You're not listening. You keep saying the same thing over again, and I don't go in circles.
Do you feel normal? Does it feel right to be complaining?
See what he's saying, and here's where he missed it at. Here's where Jay missed it at. He wasn't saying him in particular or his group. He's just saying people in general, black folks in general. That's what he was saying. And then he about to go off into this shit. That's a fucked up pause, but whatever.
No one's blaming.
You complain about systemic racism and you want reparations.
We're not begging for reparations.
You do want reparations.
What the steps are to get reparations. The steps to get reparations, and I've taught on this. You can't pay reparations to a color. You can only pay reparations to a country. I've already taught on this, that black people in this country need to stop asking for something that can't be paid to them in their current state. I've taught on this. I've told them that once you decide to declare yourself a sovereign, liberated country, then you can petition for reparations. So I'm not begging. We haven't begged for a damn thing because we haven't even taken the first
But
step.
see, like,
to put
okay,
us
so
in a
like
position
Jihad
for
said,
black
we are
people to get
asking to be
reparations.
left
So no one's
alone,
begging.
not for
Additionally,
a
there's been
handout
no
and not to
downfall
be
here.
held
You've
back.
seen the NFAC
How is that
fully
happening?
equipped. We're
Like
well
I said
dressed. We
earlier,
don't have
throws
the
me
job.
off
you can
if
just
you
get your
guys
own
dress
shit
up
and do
like
your own
that.
thing.
Of this country,
Ain't
we're
nobody
all
doing that.
people.
I
We're
know,
not
but
the people in the streets that you're talking about. We're the actual responsible homeowners, gun owners, and voters that got together under the Constitution and formed a militia to address what we saw happening to our communities.
So
We're
rather-
not complaining. We're not asking for anything. The people you're talking about are the people you see protesting in the streets right now.
That's what
We
he
don't
said,
protest.
though.
The people you're talking about are the ones out destroying, like Antifa and Black Lives Matter. We don't do that. The ones you're talking about are the ones who are running up on politicians but who never vote. You're not talking about us. We're the other side. I'm just like you, my friend. I'm almost 60 years old. I'm not a child at this, and I've been around this world for quite a few times.
But what
to
you
understand.
missing? Hold on.
We're not asking, we're not begging, we're actually taking the steps under the law that we can to move ourselves into a position to get the things that we can get for ourselves, even if it means going somewhere.
Jihad said there are hella laws and hidden systems that keep us in rabbit holes. Name one.
Else to establish our own ethno nation, not here in the United States, but somewhere else where we've had a conversation with two countries.
Name me one hidden law. Name me one hella law out of the hella laws. Name me one law and one hidden system.
If you can't do it here,
that
you
keep
won't
us
be
in a
able to
rabbit
do it
hole.
anywhere. Because
already
there's
been
no
done.
other country that's greater than America. But what I just want to say, when you're crying systemic racism and this
Yes, it's
and
recent.
that and the white man this, you're feeding you're deceiving the people rather than helping them.
They are
But what I
hidden.
want to ask
So
you,
you ain't shit.
you guys are complaining about George Floyd and these black people who are getting killed or hurt by cops. You're not encouraging these people when the cops stop you. Follow the instructions. Don't run. Don't attack the cops. These people are putting their own lives on the line. But I never hear you people say that. You guys blame the cops.
First of all,
but you
I'm
don't
going to say this
blame.
one last time. I don't know who your producers are, but if you call me you people one more time, you and I going to have this conversation in person. I'm not you people.
No, what I mean
What,
is,
nigga, you
why
60 year old nigga, you ain't gonna do
That's a
shit.
That is a racial microaggression. I don't play that, bro.
the
I don't play that,
NFAC.
bro. No. The conversation just went south.
But what I'm trying
I'm
to
not built
find,
like them.
if you want, let's say you want to help me, you want to encourage me, right? You want,
Sit there and
you
lie.
want. Let me just finish
Brother
that.
man, don't sit here and lie to another black man. Don't do that.
I know, but let me ask.
You said don't put words in our mouth. I never said any of those things you said. And
But you sat there and you lied about Kyle Rittenhouse. That's okay. That's fine. You can lie about Kyle Rittenhouse, but you get upset and shit goes south when this motherfucker says something about you people. And he's not saying you people, but he's just saying like people that think like you. Oh man, he said the same system that has us able to be murdered without any. No. You said there are hella laws and hidden systems that keep us in rabbit holes. Tell me about the law and tell me about the system that keeps us in a rabbit hole. Because there are plenty of people there are plenty of niggas that have gotten murdered and people that went to jail for them. Not all, but there are plenty. OJ murdered a motherfucker. He murdered two motherfuckers and he didn't go to jail for the shit. So it's not a system that's against just black folks because that nigga got off. Just saying. So no, you can't just say that is just for us. I'm talking about the ones that you said that's holding us. Be specific in what you said and articulate exactly what you said. Back up what you said with facts and give me some tangible evidence to say, yes, this is a law that strictly holds back black people and puts them in a rabbit hole. This system puts black folks in a rabbit hole. Show me that.
we do go out and encourage those things. I'm actually lined up with you right now. Everything you're saying, we've actually done. But for you to sit here and say it as if it doesn't exist, you insult me and you insult my organization.
So have you said out loud that George Floyd was a thug, he was a criminal, he was high, he was on drugs, and the reason that it appears that the reason he died, not because of the hold on, you're interrupting. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I haven't asked the question yet. You're speaking over me. Hold on. Instead of saying to black people, hey, don't get high, don't commit crime when the cops stop you. Let George Floyd be an example of what not to be. That's not what decent people do.
And here's the thing. George Floyd character, George Floyd's criminal past, George Floyd, all of the shit he did and all the fuck shit he didn't do and he didn't comply with the police. He was supposed to get everything he got done to him until they put the cuffs on the nigga. Once you got the cuffs on, it's over. And I keep saying this. His character, what drugs he took, all of the fuck shit he ever did since he was 2 years old, everything that happened to him and everything that he was as a criminal and as a man, all of that shit went out the door and it stopped being a factor once the cuffs got put on him. Once a man is handcuffed, he is now subdued. There is no reason to keep your knee on him. There is no reason to keep your foot on him. There's no reason to keep a stick on him. There's no reason to put a taser on him. There is no reason to do anything else to a man that has been handcuffed in that position. Period, point blank. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I will hold true to that until the end of fucking time. All of the fighting, tussling, arguing, I'm not that kind of guy. All of that shit was out the door once he got cuffs put on him. He was in custody. Take the nigga to jail and get your fucking knee off his fucking back. Period. I don't give a fuck with nobody. He was on this medicine. He had such and such asphyxia because of the drugs he was on. Well, motherfucker, the fact that a knee was on his neck or on his chest, that didn't help none either. Did it. And it didn't have to be there. So fuck that police officer. Fuck them other police officers that stood by. The motherfucker shouldn't have did it. Plain and simple. There is no fucking reason for you to have your knee on a motherfucker's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Fuck you, you're a piece of shit. There is no justification for that. I don't give a fuck if he shot 42 people. Once you got the cuffs on him, game over. He killed my mama and my grandmama and my great-granddaddy. Fuck him up. But once you get the cuffs on him, it's over. He took a knife and stabbed 4 kids in the throat. That piece of shit. Once you get the cuffs on him, it's over. Plain and simple. It's over. Anything you do to that person's body after you got them cuffs on him, you are 1,000% responsible for. If he was on fucking drugs, if he was on fucking nuke, I don't give a fuck what he was on. You let him die of that sitting in the back of your police car as opposed to being on the fucking ground with your knee on his fucking neck. Fuck that. So anybody to say, oh, it was this, that's why he had died. Oh, he had this, that's why he had died. Bullshit to the back. Anybody to disagree with me? Come and let me put my knees on your neck and your back for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and then let's see how well you turn out. How about that? Now, don't do no video. Let me do it. I was a motherfucking police officer. Let me do it. Let me put my knee on your neck and your back for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, motherfucker. And then let's see how well you do. On the fucking asphalt. On the hard ass ground. Let me do that. Then we'll see. You can get all 255 pounds of this motherfucking chocolate nigga right here on your chest and your neck. And let's see how well you do. And don't ask about shit about I can't breathe. I don't want to hear shit. Don't call for your mama. Just shut the fuck up and let me do it. And then you can change my mind. Like, what's the motherfucker that do them videos? Change my mind. Change my mind by letting me put my shit on your neck and your chest for 846. How about that? Let's go to a college campus and see how many motherfuckers sign up for that. Let me handcuff your ass, put your hands behind your back so that your chest is out fucking front and you got your neck like this. Yeah. And let me put my shit on your neck and your chest. 846. Till then, shut the fuck up because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You can talk about it was the fentanyl. Bullshit. Bullshit. He was on the drug, he was on marijuana and he was on psychotropic drugs and he got asphyxiated. Then fine, let the motherfucker die in the back seat of your car on the way to the motherfucking station. Anytime you got a motherfucker knee on that neck and you can hear the motherfucker clearly go from talking to motherfucking begging for his mama to heavy breathing to no breathing, that ain't fentanyl. Fentanyl don't do that. But I tell you what will. A knee on your motherfucking neck and a knee on your motherfucking back. That's right over your chest. I tell you that'll do it to you. I tell you that. I've never heard of somebody being on fentanyl and they sitting there breathing and they die in 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Somebody show me that. Show me somebody sitting upright, take some fentanyl, and in 8 minutes and 46 seconds specifically, they just die. Let's see that footage. That's what I thought.
Have you encouraged blacks in that way?
We've actually encouraged people to learn the law as we work inside of the law, which is what we do. Everything we do is within the context of the law. We've encouraged people to use us as an example. I've given long, lengthy speeches on your constitutional rights, your Miranda rights. I've never said.
So he says, so Michael Morton says he kicked his way out of the car, remember? Right. He ain't the first. That's my thing. It's like so many people who don't know shit about being police don't know what the fuck they talking about. Motherfuckers have done. Have you ever heard of a person being hogtied? That means they cuff their hands behind their back and then they cuff their motherfucking feet together. And in some cases, they motherfucking pick their ass up like that with 4 motherfucking officers will pick your ass up and lay your ass across the back seat. Or they'll call a paddy wagon to where your ass will be, you can be up in a big ass area in the back of a truck. There were plenty of other options that they had with this dude once they got the cuffs on him to where they could have gotten him taken to the police department safe. I don't give a fuck if he kicked and screamed or inchwormed or centipeded his way out the motherfucker. Or like the motherfucker brother in motherfucking The Last Dragon, how that nigga pop locked out of them motherfucking chains. He could have did all of that shit. It didn't matter. Once you got the cuffs on him, he can't go nowhere. Period. Stop making excuses for the fuck shit that police officer did. And you know why it's fuck shit? Because you ain't seen it. You ain't seen it before, have you? When was the last time you seen a motherfucking police officer do some shit like that for 8 minutes and 46 seconds? They don't. So Gil, you can miss me with all that bullshit. He couldn't breathe multiple times before he got on the ground. Now, I didn't see that, but if that's the case, then he definitely shouldn't have put his ass on it, put his knee and shit and his full body weight on that motherfucker's midsection. That gives him even more reason. You ain't gonna win this one, dude. There is no, oh, but he had did this, that's why. No! There is no fucking justification for it. The dude did it because he hated him. He did it because they had history. He did it because he called himself teaching this motherfucker a lesson. I'm going to show this nigga. I'm tired of this nigga. This nigga pissed me off. That's why he did it. When you saw the look in that motherfucker's face, that's why he did what the fuck he did. Plain and simple. That ain't no motherfucking, oh yeah, we do this all the time. We'll sit on a nigga neck for 2 hours. We'll sit on the nigga neck for 10 minutes. I remember one time Jonesy, he sat on the guy's neck for 15 minutes and the guy was still okay. Bullshit. That shit don't happen, dude. Let me see if Jihad actually put a
and
law in
talk
place.
about the character of any one of the victims of police brutality. The same way I don't sit down and talk about the character of the police officers.
Systems like the fact that property cost goes down just because a black family moves into the neighborhood.
That exists in the culture.
Damn, Jihad. It don't work like that, man. Property values go down because of crime. There is no way for somebody to know that the property value went down on this person's house because they moved into the neighborhood. Now, here's the thing. I just saw on the news maybe last week where a family got a house appraised. It was a biracial couple. A biracial couple? A mixed couple. White husband, black wife. They got the house appraised by they got the house appraised and the wife was the only one home, black woman. The house came in at one value. Then they got the house appraised again with the white husband at home. It was a higher value. Here's the thing. Is that prejudice? Yes. But it's illegal to do that. And it's illegal to the point to where an appraiser can lose his license if the comps in that area, which would justify this, because the prices is one thing. If I appraise your house at $400,000, and this other person appraised your house at $350,000, what determines if that appraisal is bullshit or not are the comps in that area. You got to find 3 other comps that are just like or damn near close to that property to see if there was bullshit. And when I saw that shit on the news, the only reason I know that is because I went to appraisal school. I didn't finish. I didn't get my appraiser's license, but I went to the appraisal school. I went to school to become an appraiser. And the only way I knew that was because of that. And that was one of the things that my instructor told us. He said, don't you ever do an appraisal without comps. Don't you ever tell a motherfucker or write up an appraisal without comps, because if you don't have the right type of comps with your appraisal, you will lose your fucking license. It's illegal to do that. The only reason why I know that. So when I saw that couple on TV, on the news, talking about, yeah, they did this and they did that, and the white person did this, and then when the black person was there, that was racist. I said, you could be correct, because it was something like a $50,000 difference or some shit like that. I said, you could be correct. But the only thing that will prove that is if you can prove the comps were at the higher price than the low one. Because if it's the other way around, it's still fucked up and it's bullshit because you appraise this motherfucker higher and there are no comps to support it. So that right there is a fucking, it's a thing to where when you look at the appraisals, that's how you can determine that, but it's a law against it. Them motherfuckers will lose their license doing some shit like that. It is illegal to do that. So I'm just saying, so when you're talking about property values, that goes up and down based on the fucking crime in that area. The crime in that area, the affluency of that area, what motherfuckers are actually bringing into the amount of money, just like the taxes in an area. Your taxes on your property go up when the value of your homes go up. That ain't racist. It's just not. So you talking about a motherfucker whose house appreciates and the value goes up in their houses, so will your taxes, just like my house. My house value went up, my taxes was right along with it, said, hey. Just saying. That's the truth. And I'm just telling you what I know. That's a fact. You can go look that shit up. Go and look that up. Prove me wrong with that. But I can definitely tell you that's how your property value fluctuates. It's based on the income in that area, the crime in that area, what you motherfuckers actually have in that area. So when you don't have businesses in that area, your motherfucking property value and all that shit, commercial property and all that shit, that helps your area. It gives you more taxes in your neighborhood. The affluency of your neighborhood, how your neighborhood looks, the upkeep of your neighborhood. All of this shit that I'm talking about in real estate is shit that you control. When your motherfucking grass and shit ain't cut, your neighborhood looks dilapidated, your houses are not made, the maintenance on your houses isn't done correctly, you got abandoned houses on your block, that's what drives your property value down. So that's why when you see motherfuckers who got a house and a motherfucking neighbor move out their house, then not a neighbor. When a person moves out of a house on your block, that's why the neighbors will cut your grass. Because they don't want the fucking house to look bad because it's gonna be harder to sell. The motherfucking you don't want shit to not be fixed on it. You want to have curb appeal so that you can sell that house. But when you got motherfucking Chevys, box Chevys sitting in the front lawn, when you got niggas barbecuing on the grass, lifting weights they got the workout bench and shit like that in the front lawn, like them niggas do in California, when you got houses like that, that ain't curb appeal. If I'm driving down a block looking for a house and I see some niggas lifting weights in the front yard, I'm not going to want to live there. This ain't the fucking yard at a fucking prison. That shit matters when your windows are busted out because your little badass kids that stay on your block, they break out the windows. That shit fucks with your property value. When you got, I'll never forget the motherfucking, the niggas that live down the street from us or a block up from us, or a block down from us. The Lemons, them motherfuckers got evicted. And what them niggas did to the house, we heard them on our block demolishing the house from the inside. They tore the house up so bad because they got evicted out the motherfucker. They tore the house up so bad that they literally raised the house. I'm sorry, that's the real estate term. They knocked the house down. That's what raised means. That means they literally leveled the house. They could not, the cost and the cost of repairing the damage that was done to the inside and outside of that home was so catastrophic that it was more than the value of the home, to where they said it's going to be cheaper to tear this motherfucker down and to rebuild it. Yes, it was a total loss. We would get more just saying, tear this motherfucker down and we'll rebuild a new house. Maybe be a little small or whatever, but we're going to build another house here because this house is destroyed to where we can't do anything to it. That's what drives your property value down. Because when you look at the comps in your neighborhood, when you look at the comps and it's a house that's exactly like that one and that house is fucked up, the value of that house brings down the value of your house. That's how real estate goes. That ain't racist. That's business. Now, redlining is racist, but that ain't what's happening. This shit is almost over.
These people, particular people acting the way they do. The police culture, and as you so eloquently said, those people who are either, I don't want to say illiterate, but who may be ignorant to the law themselves and not know how to respond when they're placed into those systems. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Right. Okay. Now, how many people live next door to good blacks? Exactly. Just like when we talked about earlier about Prince George County. Them niggas on top of niggas, living next to niggas. In beautiful, expensive homes. I'm telling you, look up Prince George County. Look it up. I looked it up in the motherfucking show. When I saw it, I said, that shit ain't true. I looked it up. I said, well, goddamn, this shit is true. I thought it was some bullshit.
Not my job, nor is it is our position to sit and begin to classify or begin to deify one of these particular people. We don't dig into the weeds. We're not messy like that. We look at the incident itself and the circumstances that created it and the laws that allowed it to happen and what we can.
Michael Morton says, I think people are more outraged at the optics of that situation rather than what actually caused Floyd's death. Either way, it was partly self-induced. Here's the thing again, Mike. I don't know why you keep trying to ride this thing, but I ain't mad at you. Here's the thing. How many people do you know in your family that have been arrested? And out of those people that have been arrested, how many of them have had a knee put on your back, on their back and neck? You're probably going to respond with that answer by saying, nobody has been arrested like that in my family. My people comply. Exactly. Now, talk to a police officer and ask a police officer how many times or how many people they've arrested. Ask a police officer how many people they've arrested on drugs. Ask a police officer how many people they've arrested that were drunk. If you talk to a police officer, especially one that works in the inner city that do the shit constantly, or in a high crime area that do it constantly, they will let you know I've had to do a lot of shit to subdue motherfuckers. I've had to hit motherfuckers with my gun, with my baton, with my fist, with my elbow. I've had to kick motherfuckers, palm strike motherfuckers. I've had to put pressure point holds on motherfuckers. I've had to tase motherfuckers. It happens. Ask a police officer how many times have they put a person in cuffs, had them laying on their stomach with their hands cuffed behind them, and once they were cuffed, they then proceeded to put their knee on their neck and on their back for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And then tell me what you find out. The optics of it is what's outraging, is an outrage because you clearly see the man subdued. You clearly see the man give up. Then you clearly see the man plead for his life. The man's life flashes before his eyes. That is why he called for his mama, because he was so afraid that he was dying and he didn't want to die alone. Most of the time, if someone is dying, they will call out those people that are closest to them because that's who they feel connected to the most. As a police officer, if you see a motherfucker that's got shot or got stabbed or they're dying, they will then begin to talk about or to bring up those things that are dearest to them, like their kids, like their wives, like their husbands. They will bring those things up because they know that they are nearing death. You ever heard people talk about their last words? Usually those last words are those people or those things that they are most concerned about. Even in the movies, when you see a motherfucker die, what do they say? Take care of my kids for me. Tell my kids I love them. Tell my mama I love them. Tell my wife I did my best. You will hear those final words are about their loved ones. That's why when you see that, that ain't an optic. That's the situation. And any police officer that has been on the force for any amount of time, they know that. We're even trained. When I went through the academy, I was trained that if you ever come up on a person that has had some type of physical harm done to them, like a person who's been killed, a person who's been shot, a person who's been stabbed, you ask them, who did this to you? You know why? Because they call that their last, I think it's called their last right or some shit like that. Most people will clearly be able to identify who killed them if it's someone that they know that killed them, which is used in a court of law. That's why you do that. Because those people that are people who are near death, they tell the truth. So that is not about the optics of it. It just looked bad. No, it was fucked up. Because for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, it clearly shows you that the dude gave the fuck up. And you kept going. It wasn't that he had his knee on his neck and his back for 46 seconds, for a minute, for 2 minutes. It was 8 minutes, dude. That's what's fucked up about it. Ain't no optics to that. Plain and simple. That's just like if a motherfucker comes and stabs you in the fucking neck. Do you want somebody to come and put their hand and their nose over your face telling you to shut up? If you screaming, I've been stabbed, do you want a motherfucker to come and do this? I was trying to keep him quiet so that he wouldn't exasperate on his own blood. That ain't optics. He wasn't near death until it was about maybe 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Point is, why was he on his neck that long? Who does that? That ain't got shit to do. We trained to do that. Nope. Just like the dude who was standing by, the bystander was saying, hey man, I've seen that move before. You ain't got to do that. I've seen that training that you police do. You ain't got to do that. They don't train you to do the shit for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. They don't train us to do a open palm strike for 3 minutes. That's why you don't see a police officer holding a person like this. He won't put his hand behind his back. Hey man, he's not fighting you no more. He still ain't doing it. That's why you don't see that. Tell me one thing you've seen a police officer do to a person with handcuffs on for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Ain't no optics gonna support that shit. Possibility and what the fuck somebody actually did? Hell, it's possible that a mosquito bit him with the Zika virus and he would have died from that. We don't know though, do we? But we can clearly see what the fuck he didn't have to do. That is the point. That was the whole point to this. That's why people who talk about his drug usage, his criminal history, what he did 20 years ago, 20 days ago, he was trying to pass a fake 20, all of that shit. Yes, that mattered as to why the police were there and why they were taking his motherfucking ass to jail. And all that shit he was doing about, I'm not that kind of guy. Wait, let me talk to you. I'm claustrophobic. I can't breathe. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Fuck him until you get them cuffs on him. Once them cuffs on him, he's a fucking person. Lock his ass up the right way. Get off his neck, get off his fucking chest, and let the motherfucker go to jail. Because that's what the fuck your job is, sir. Your job is not to sit on a motherfucker's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Your job is to arrest people who have broken the law and you let them have their day in court and go through due process. That's it. Enforce the law and shut the fuck up. Your job ain't to put a motherfucker on the ground and put your knee on their neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That's not your job. So fuck the optics. Fuck what he had. Fuck what was in his system. That officer did not do his fucking job. While you had your knee on his neck and chest, you should have had his ass in the car going to jail. And if you couldn't do that, you should have called for backup, you punk bitch. That's what you should have did. So fuck that. And that's all I have to say about that. Like, Forrest Gump said.
To encourage people on both ends so that you need to educate yourself and you need to modify your practices. We're in the middle.
Let me ask, if black people got married and fathers and mothers set example for their children, love what's right with all their heart, soul, and might.
Oh, it's all good, Mike.
Taught their kids to work, invest in land, and be responsible, and treat all people the same. Would black people be in the mess that they're in today?
Where that come from, Sean? Still don't justify the looting and rioting. Well, we know that. But either way, that motherfucker shouldn't have did what he did.
To answer your question, but I'm prepositioning as I speak. And since you said, would they be in the mess that they're in? The mess that they're in today is because of, yes, what you just said, there are no more blueprints. You did a great job. I like the way you said that. There's also been, as I said before, deterioration of what we used to have, which was unity. We were more unified when we came.
And this is my thing. It was to what Jesse said. He asked a great question. And actually, Jay actually agreed with him. But my thing would be this. How come we don't all say that shit? Because every time it's brought up and somebody mentions it, people always say, well, yeah, that's true. Father should, doing the traditional family is what's wrong with a lot of us. And that could help us be better and be better people. If that's what we see as the case, how come we don't promote that shit? But we see thoughts, we see whores, we see niggas with 39 kids and all this shit we see that shit and don't say shit about it. Even the pro-black motherfuckers don't put that at the forefront of what the fuck is going on with black folks. And I don't understand why we don't have that a part of our conversation, why that's not at the forefront of our conversation, is actually having families, actually having motherfuckers together in a household, motherfucking living together. Fuck the co-parent and stupid shit that motherfuckers try to do now. You can co-parent and raise a great kid. Why don't we say, hey man, get married. Hey man, have a wife. Hey man, live as a family. Hey man, be in the house every day. Women, have a man in the house every day. Have your kid's father be in the house with you. Stop having babies by different niggas that you ain't gonna be with. Why is that not the conversation, especially coming from pro-blacks, to say this is what they should be doing? This is what we should be doing, as opposed to saying the white man and what the system is doing to us. We are doing this shit to us more than any system or any white person that's concocted this diabolical plan to keep us black folks down. We start out the gate fucking ourselves up in life.
Came out of the civil rights movement, we were more unified when we came out of slavery because we were all we had. We were more unified. Then the unity has been destroyed. So yes, I believe that if people saw the blueprints, just
devils, the same people that shoot up a kid's school type and say what Sean say, don't want responsibility, just want to tag it and bag it. But what about the niggas? Are those devils too? Because them niggas that shoot up the blocks every day the same way and kill 32 niggas in a day, 35 niggas in a day, 78 niggas in a weekend, aren't those devils too then, Jihad? Because they actually killing their own kind too. Just saying. You would think that them would be the same motherfuckers that you would call devils as well, that sit up and shoot and kill their own people. You would think that them niggas that's out there selling crack, selling heroin, selling motherfucking weed and all that shit to they same motherfucking people to keep them high in fucking drunken stupors and keeping them off they fucking square. You would call them devils too then, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, since you throwing this devil term around so loosely. Wouldn't they be devils as well? Those same motherfuckers that's out there shooting at each other, killing each other, raping these young girls, fucking these motherfucking kids, the same niggas that's out here motherfucking selling drugs to each other, killing each other over blocks that ain't theirs, you would call them devils too, right? However, I never see that. I never see a motherfucker post on their social media, man, them devils killed 32 niggas over the weekend and it's all black on black crime. But you let a white person shoot a black person that was chasing them, coming after them with a fucking gun, then that's the devil? That's bullshit. I ain't using Chicago. Nigga, that's Detroit. Nigga, that's Florida. Nigga, that's pork and... Go look up pork and beans in Florida. That ain't Chicago. Yeah, use Chicago. That's every motherfucking inner city in the motherfucking hood. What is you talking about? And whether it's 32 niggas or if it's 6, ain't that 6 too many? Brother? Because you let a police officer shoot 6 people in a weekend, niggas will lose their mind. A police officer shoot one motherfucker and he's a racist. So if it's 3 people that get shot over a weekend in Flint, ain't that fucked up? Ain't that a devil too?
As you said before, if they saw what a black man and a black woman union actually looked like, if they saw that the fruits of getting an education and, getting a good job and being a responsible citizen and being knowledgeable about politics and things of that nature, then yes, then they could begin to pull themselves out. But the problem is they can't pull themselves out internally because people don't want to acknowledge the external conditions, that the bubble that's been built around them by the society that they live in.
It's not true. See, that's where I disagree with you. There is no wall there. It's an illusion. And the angry black people think that there's a wall. There is no wall. When
you say angry black people.
Yeah, when you're angry, when you're angry, when you're angry, there seems to be a wall.
Niggas get away with it every fucking weekend. Niggas get away with it every day. I gotta use Chicago because I actually know this. 80% of the crimes in Chicago go unsolved. 80% of the shootings in Chicago go unsolved. 80% of the murders in Chicago go unsolved. Fuck you mean? They getting away with it. Niggas getting away with it. And the fucked up part is niggas who live in the hood that niggas are in, they know who did it and they don't say shit no way. They help them get away with it. I know it's the same in Cleveland, Sean. I just don't know Cleveland's numbers. So I'm just saying, you tell me what is the clear and present danger? What is the danger that's closest to us? White folks or niggas? All them cities are doing better than they was when I was in the hood back in the day. Bullshit. It's the same thing, nigga. It's just that it's now on social media. There you go. Nisha says, I'm near Detroit. They just killed a 6-year-old. Was that Whitey? I think not. We just seeing more. That's all it is. We're just seeing more. The only thing that really impacts shit like that is when motherfuckers are working, motherfuckers got jobs, and motherfuckers are living better because the economy is doing better. Sometimes you'll see it differ. You'll see a fluctuation where crime will go down. For the most part, it's all the same fuck shit happening. It's just motherfuckers are videotaping the shit, living the shit, Facebooking the shit, Instagramming the shit. That's it. But we are not paying them through taxes. That ain't got shit to do with niggas dying. So you're more concerned about the people that are dying, the 1 or 2 motherfuckers that'll die from a police officer, than the 8 that'll get shot. The 6-year-old being killed is less important than the motherfucking grown-ass man that got killed by the cop because he didn't put his fucking gun down or because he reached for some shit. That motherfucker's more important than a 6-year-old? Are you fucking kidding me? That's the shit niggas try to say. They professionals. We pay them with our taxes. Okay, well, motherfucker, what about the motherfuckers that ain't getting paid and just out there doing fuck shit? Who's gonna stop them? A 6-year-old is dead, and you're talking about the motherfucking handful, literally handful of people that have died by the police hands with no weapon. What kind of shit is that? A 6-year-old by reckless niggas shooting at a motherfucker? You had 20 kids die in a month in Chicago. All under the age of 17. Fuck that though, because that one dude that killed that motherfucker, Jacob Blake, that motherfucker ain't shit. We need to go get his ass. Yeah, I know Jacob, not Jacob Blake, Jacob, whatever the fuck his name was, the dude that fought the police, got tased, ran and took the taser and pointed it at them. The motherfucker that did that, oh yeah, we gotta go riot and tear the city up for that motherfucker. But the 6-year-old that just got killed, fuck that. The 20 kids that got killed, fuck them. That's cool. We ain't worried about that. Is it Jacob Blake? I had it right? Okay. Y'all niggas are killing me with that shit, man. Black on black crime is the same thing as white on white crime. Rayshard Brooks, thank you. Black on black crime is the same thing as white on white crime. That's a myth. That's a false narrative. Fuck out of here. The last time you seen 32 white people get shot in a fucking weekend? That shit is insane that motherfuckers are even trying to insult niggas' intelligence with that type of motherfucking narrative or talking points. Look at the fucking facts. Rayshard Brooks was a fucking drunk driver who failed, couldn't pass a sobriety test if you gave him the answers to the shit, failed miserably, and then once he was supposed to be taken in custody like he should have been, he fought the police, stole on the police, whooped the police ass, took their taser, tried to use the taser on them, and the fact that he got shot because of that, that's injustice, but a 6-year-old dying ain't? If you want justice all across the board, then start at the motherfuckers who's dying the most in the motherfucking areas that's dying. I mean, where motherfuckers is living. And that's the fucking hood. But no justice for the unarmed black man is salt in a 400-year-old womb. It's wound, first of all. And then the thing is this. If you got people dying today next door, why are you concerned about people that's dying in a whole nother state from you? They the closest motherfuckers to you. Why are you concerned about this one motherfucker that got killed by the police and you got 30 niggas that died in your neighborhood in a weekend? That you know. Niggas that you see. Y'all niggas know the drug dealers in y'all neighborhood and y'all don't say shit. But you gonna march and go loot when a white person shoot a nigga with a gun downtown. The fuck out of here with that, man. Y'all, and my thing is this, the sad part about it is so many niggas that believe the way that and think the way that you think. That's why we so fucked up. Y'all want to crucify an entire motherfucking city for one person that died doing some stupid shit. And that's okay if you crucifying the 40 niggas that's in your own neighborhood doing shit that's even worse. You will march past the drug dealer. You will march past the motherfucking shooter on your block to go over into another area of the city to protest about the police shooting an armed motherfucker. How does that make any kind of sense? Just like how these niggas talk that bullshit about Breonna Taylor. She was sleeping in her bed. Bullshit. The bitch thought she was getting robbed because she was the motherfucking bank for the dope man, and she thought she was getting robbed, and she wound up shooting at the motherfucking police, and her nigga that was with her, I don't know if that was her man or whatever, but that motherfucker got little once he kicked off that shot. And she got fucking lit up because she was living a life that was fucked up. In that street life, that shit come with that. And niggas know that. Is it sad that she died? Yeah. But she motherfucking played a hand in her dying. Because had she just motherfucking said, you know what? Let me stop being the bank for the drug man. Let me stop fucking with this dope dealing ass nigga and get out this life. She wouldn't have been in the warrant. They wouldn't have had evidence against her to show that she was doing fuck shit to go to jail. Because just in case you didn't know, they didn't find no drugs at her house. That's because the nigga got locked up several hours before, the day before. And that's why they didn't catch all the shit at her house. Because that nigga got to use his phone call to make sure that get word to that bitch to get all that shit out the house. That's the only reason why that bitch got it. That's the only reason why wasn't no motherfucking evidence there. They had the wrong house. She was an EMT. Bullshit. What was she doing? Because she hadn't been an EMT for quite some time. She was fucking around with that life. I get it. But jail, stick up kids, death, all that shit come with that game. Plain and simple. And the fact that you shot the police, You shot the wrong motherfucker, man. You are responsible for every bullet that comes out of your gun. Just like that officer that just shot blindly like he was in a goddamn movie and bullets went across to the neighbor's house. He needs to go to jail for that shit. Just because you under fire don't mean you just shoot randomly. You don't do it. You are responsible for every bullet that leaves your gun. We hate the drug dealer too and protest against them, but for the people we're paying to protect us, yes, we will protest them hard. Okay, but why won't you protest the drug dealer and help the police lock up the drug dealer that's in your neighborhood, making your property value go down, killing your fucking neighbors, killing your fucking relatives, killing those people either with drugs or with the gunfire or the gang play that comes along with it? Wouldn't you think that's who you should go hard at as well? Wouldn't that be who are you spending most of your time at? Getting your motherfucking hood drug free? You know why you won't do that? Because them young niggas will shoot y'all ass. And niggas is scared. That's why. That's why you don't see the FOI, the NOI, the guardian angels. That's why you don't see none of these niggas going up against these young ass thugs. Because they know them niggas will shoot. And them niggas don't want to get shot at. That's why. That's why you niggas will go and march your ass downtown. That's why you niggas will go and be yelling pigs in a blanket, frying like bacon, because you know the police just won't randomly shoot at your ass. That's why you go do it. That's why you will go and we shall overcome all up and down the streets on the expressways. Y'all niggas will go and protest the police because you scared to protest them young thug niggas. Because them niggas will shoot y'all ass and y'all niggas don't want that smoke. All you niggas want is a motherfucker to give you some shit. That's it. If you niggas was really about this life, y'all niggas would have been got them niggas up off the block. Y'all niggas would have been got them niggas up off the corners. Because y'all know what the fuck them niggas are doing on the corner and all the residual shit that comes from them niggas being on the corners. Y'all would know that's more of a fucking danger to you and your life and your loved ones than the fucking police officer pulling a motherfucker over for a goddamn ticket. You know it. Now that's the motherfucking truth. Till you niggas start going out here shooting these motherfucking gangbangers, shooting these motherfucking drug dealers, shooting these motherfuckers that's fucking up your own motherfucking community. Till y'all niggas start shooting them, I don't want to hear shit. Because it's all bullshit.
There, but it's not. It is abnormal for men to be angry. Let me finish this and then I'll let you ask a question. Let me just say this first. I disagree with you that black people. I know, but let me say it. I'll let you answer the question. I know, but let me say this.
Don't be afraid of my question, Jesse.
I'm not. I'll let you ask, but you said one thing that's not true. Black people were more united before.
I went from being a presidential candidate to leading what some people think is a black revolutionary organization.
Repeat that. I'm sorry.
How do you think someone...
All right, that's enough of that. They just went back and forth and talked a bunch of bullshit, but we had like 3 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up. The main shit that I wanted to talk about, I did. Let me give a shout out to my man Justin Lofton, who hit your boy up with the Cash App, hit me with $1. My man Mega Mortis hit your boy off with $25. That's what's up. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Let me see if anybody hit that PayPal side of the game. Let me see what he said. I'm past that. I'm mad that white people are not redlined to trailer parks to bad whites like we are. Why would you care? There is no more redlining. See what I mean? All that other shit, motherfuckers won't acknowledge the real shit. Ain't no more redlining. You can actually go and buy you a trailer in a trailer park if you so desired. Show me a motherfucker who got good credit and can't get a house and can't get a mortgage. I'll wait. Show me a motherfucker with a 700 plus credit score that can't get a mortgage. I'll wait. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Last person, that was 9 days ago. My man Jim Edwards hit your boy for $2. Ain't nobody hit me on the PayPal side, but hey, I know this was a late show, and it was still a good show nonetheless. Let me just double check. Oh man, my man Night Train hit your boy with $50 too. He said, doing my part, going to watch the replay, weather nasty. Hey man, be safe out there, brother. Thank you. That's what's up. Oh, there goes somebody on the PayPal. Let's see. He said, from Little Trains Antiques Collectible, $5. That's what's up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Get back to the cash app. Yep. And yeah, Justin and Mega Mortis. But thank you, Night Train. I appreciate you, bro. And my man Brass Man Taker hit your boy off with $10 as well. That's what's up. Need support. Need to support the channel, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. That's what's up. Everybody else that donated, man, I just want to say thank y'all. Everybody's watching the replay. You can still donate. And you can also click that like button and click the subscribe button. 10,000 subs. We need to do this. I need to get to 10,000 subs before the end of the year. And the only way that's going to happen is by y'all sharing the show, by y'all clicking the like button, and by you guys getting somebody to subscribe. Everybody that's a sub, go and get a sub. That's it. That's all we need to do. Let's go ahead and do this. We had 60, almost 6,400. I think I need 12 more subs to get to 6,400 subs. We are on the way, and we can do this. Let's do it. Hopefully I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna get more consistent in a little bit. I just got family things working the way I gotta take care of my babies and my wife now first. But then we'll get to this, and I'm trying my best. Y'all see, I'm doing a late ass show, late than a motherfucker. But I'll do whatever I need to do so that I can keep doing this thing that I do with y'all because I love it so much. I want to say thank you to everybody that came by. Shout out to everybody over in the United Guns of America channel. If you have not subscribed there, please do so. We are over 2,000 subs at the UGOA, so let's keep that going. And to everybody that's watching on the Relationship Rehab, please subscribe. Leave your comments. I definitely do read them. Please make sure that you guys go out and vote for Donald Trump. I'm not just saying vote. Fuck that. Vote for Donald Trump, goddammit. Get your ass out there and do it. Vote early. I will say that. Do not wait until next week to try to take your ass out there to vote and then be bitching and moaning about they wouldn't let me vote. I didn't have no time to go vote. No. Get your ass out there this week and go vote. Vote early and vote Trump. I like that. Vote early and vote Trump. I'm telling you guys. Shout out to everybody that watched the show. Shout out to everybody that's that supported the show. I appreciate all you guys. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And last but not least, I hope that this show helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. And as always, man, I love you guys and I appreciate you all. Shout out to Soto Nation. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor and to everybody that has supported this channel and supported this platform. I love y'all. And until next time, peace. And I'm out. Oh, wait, I ain't got my shit queued up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Y'all be easy, man. Have a good night. Let me know what y'all think. Shout out to everybody that commented. Shout out to everybody that clicked the like button. Please continue to share the show. And, man, I love y'all. And shout out to all my mods. I love y'all. Thank you.